Hello, welcome to Drowning in Blackwater. I'm Chris and I'll be your Dungeon Master for tonight, and I use they, them pronouns. Drowning in Blackwater is another spooky mystery. Yes, but I have style, I have form. Here you see it. Over the Halloween months, we will be bringing you this creepy village in the Mere of Dead Men and some creepy subplots about various things. Orcus might be involved, just saying. And the return of the shepherds, Viorica, Frore, and of course Prosperous, returning to the fold and see what they get up to over the next couple of weeks here. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here plays a fantasy character in a fantasy universe. The players all have their own unique character sheets, which tell them what they're good at and not so good at, and what numbers to add to 20-sided dice rolls. Mostly, 20s and above are good, 1s and below, which is rare but does happen, are bad, and you'll see these little things up here at the top of the screen as people roll. Yes, while they play their characters, I, the Dungeon Master, will play literally everything else they encounter. All the people, all of the talking trees, that's a bit of a spoiler. What else? Weather patterns. I'm quite famous for my weather patterns. There we go. Anyway, while they describe what they want to do and I describe the world around them, we will all together tell our tale. Before we kick off, though, let's meet all the players and let's talk a bit about our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns M or Emma, and I'll be playing Prosperous. He uses the pronouns P. Yeah, just P. Prosperous is a half-orc paladin of Shantea who has devoted their life to helping people, and hopefully will be helping people as part of this campaign, maybe through the Shepherds, the organisation that they run with friends.
Hello, my name is Ed. I will be playing Viorica Eordash. We both use he, him pronouns. Viorica is back for a fourth time, barely 2 weeks after the last campaign ended, so he's ready to rock and roll. He has a new gun, which is the most beautiful thing he's ever owned, but otherwise likes to think he's grown up, but we're not quite sure yet.
Hello, I'm Mike, and I'll be playing Forry Book. We both use he, him. The ex-sheriff or investigator, now turned from bandits to demons. See what happens, see what we can find.
Hi there, didn't see you come in. My name is Alden Wheelwright, he, him. I'm played by David Shears. I'm a cleric of Talmor, erstwhile priest of Mask. These days I try and do good, so I joined up with these here folks to go on an adventure, kill some demons, save the world. You're welcome.
Hello, the name is Huxley Bricklesnout, he, him, played by Liz, who uses they, them pronouns. I was the chief shelf stacker at Blackstaff Academy Library until I've recently been recruited by the Shepherds. I'm currently traveling with a wonderful group of people and, well, we're having an adventure, which I'm enjoying.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and ! Characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be a roughly 5 to 10 minute break somewhere near the middle. We run shows on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Europe, and 2 a.m. Tuesday morning in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we run TTRPG streams for 3 hours. And on Fridays, we run our talk show, Talk Together, for 1 hour. Our TTRPG streams can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or £1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players and characters and non-player characters and all the rest of it in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do acknowledge it does sometimes happen. Have a company policy in place for correct people on pronouns should the need arise. If you think we've missed something, we're open to being corrected, so just drop us a line in chat or send a message to rolltogetherrpg@gmail.com. Be sure to check out our content warnings and the TTRPG safety toolkit, which we use as part of play. Links can be found under !safety in chat. Right, with all that said, time to get spooky.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Drowning in Blackwater. How's everyone doing today? It's been a roller coaster so far, and a lot of time spent with a Treant. But yes, this one will be subtitled "Guess Who's Coming to Dinner," because you lot have just had a long rest and have been invited to dinner at Tolstoff Keep with the Tolstoff twins, Katerine and Edgar. You have been investigating the town of Blackwater, trying to work out what's happening here, why their demon attacks appear to be kidnapping people when you see not a single demon since you arrived. All seems very sus and circumspect, and this dinner invitation is probably fine. Anyway.
The invitation itself isn't trapped, I get you.
Yeah, exactly. The invitation itself isn't trapped. You also met, you don't know who you met. There was a Minotaur priest who ran away down a tunnel and collapsed it on you, and you nearly died. And there was a Roger, some kind of sneaky type, who was with the priest, who threw an axe at Fore's leg, and it was awful.
Yeah.
And most importantly, there appears to be Viorica's brother. Returned after 4 years off our screens, Shaden Ravenshade, now a travelling priest of Gond working on something for...
Something.
Also for the Tolstoffs. It's all very interconnected here.
Positively incestuous.
No, I can't say that because they're twins. But
Good point.
Yeah, so I was avoiding that, Ed. Well done. But yes.
It's fine if they're two iterations of the same person. Thanks, Loki.
What?
That's a good point, yeah. I hadn't thought about that in a while, and now I have, and I'm sad.
Yeah.
Narcissism can only go so far, but yes.
I take issue with that statement.
But yes, you were having a long rest before dinner. You were all in your various rooms. You had spoken to the Treant, old Branch Fingers, who lives in the hallowed pool nearby where all of the dead things go. All of the dead things go. And yes. As you are all long resting, some of you were in your own room, some of you were sort of talking to Treants and moving around, and there was a question of how you were going to be relaxing. Is everyone just taking a long rest until dinner time?
Well, I'm in Fore's room on the floor. Fore is in a chair. Neither of us are using the bed for reasons.
Okay, that happened. That is a thing. Viorica, you were in your room, I believe.
Yes.
Aldrin and Huxley, you were about to go to your rooms as well. Is that correct? After talking to Latree.
Yeah, we found out some pretty intense stuff about the Age of Worms being soon. It's coming.
It's a soon. Would be a very different proclamation if a weird figure stood on the side and said, "The Age of Worms is soon."
About.
So I think, yes, myself and Aldrin would be talking about, I'd be letting Aldrin know what I saw.
Grand.
Specifically the creature of maggots and the prophecy.
Real. Have that conversation on your way back to your rooms. Why not? That seems delightful.
That is a command, I believe.
Oh, I see. Aldrin, I must tell you what I saw. There was a porcelain-faced man contacting something or someone else on another plane. Plenty of undead around. There was a creature made entirely of maggots, which seems a very strange construction. I'm not quite sure how. Anyway, and the most important part was that the Age of Worms is coming. Does that ring any sort of bell with you? Does it ring any sort of bell with Huxley, DM?
Roll me a history check, please.
Lots of these.
Aldrin briefly digs into his pack and brings out a book of history. And casts
Borrowed knowledge. Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Because Aldrin doesn't matter.
No.
Even though Dave saw that roll. Aldrin rolls an 11.
22 for Huxley.
Right. Aldrin, never heard of it. Age of Worms sounds awful.
I mean, I can ask Eldath, looks over his shoulder, sees Branch Fingers is in the distance. Oh, God, that was exhausting.
You almost threw me there, where I wasn't expecting you to come out with that voice. I don't think I've ever heard that voice before.
No, it was a slight callback to a past life.
Of
Tamora doesn't mind me using certain tools to serve the greater good.
As
Now,
long as
what
it's
you
for the greater good, sorry.
Well, quite. I mean, what you've described there, Hux, is quite concerning to me. But I don't have any recollection of what these things might be. You are more studious than I am. Do you know anything of this nature?
Huxley with a 22, because you've already rolled it. Liz, how much do you know about the Age of Worms?
Not a blessed clue, Chris. I don't know a thing.
Just making sure, you never know. The Age of Worms was referenced in a history book you read from roughly 50 or so years ago. Someone attempted to bring back some kind of ancient evil and were known describing it as the Age of Worms. It was a historical footnote at best, because nothing came of it. A name from that bounces around your head that you're unsure of where it came from. Caius, Kyuss.
Liz knows that name.
Why?
Good.
Yes. Well, I believe it's to do with something that was going to happen a long time ago, roughly 30, 50 years ago or so. Never happened, though, but apparently it's coming now. It does correlate with the previous thing I saw with the worms at the bottom of the pool. If the Age of Worms are coming, it all seems related to Edwin and the equipment at the bottom of the pool.
So we should have destroyed that?
I don't know if we can. If it's legendary, if it's of such high power, I don't know if we can, but it would certainly be infecting perhaps anything, the ground. I do worry about Branch Fingers. I do think that his roots would tap into that. But this place is very strange and also strangely protected. It matches up, quite frankly. It seems to be connected.
So on a scale of 1 to terrified, how worried should we be?
Well, I think it's always good to keep a positive outlook on things. Although, Caius, sorry, that's a callback to another campaign, my god. Caius...
Yes, this tall thing made entirely of worms is actually Lola's character, that's right.
That would be...
It is quite severe. It is, I don't want to use the phrase like the end of days, but it is along those lines.
Caius is the name for this catastrophe, or the age, or what?
The creature made of worms, right, Chris? Yeah. For the entity comprised mainly of worms.
And they are... God, that sounds horrific. Demon, undead, or what?
I believe fiend, Chris, but you'll have to... No.
Undead.
Maggoty undead.
But if one was necromantic and one wanted to have advice from someone perhaps who was very powerful undead, I suppose Caius would be the one to go to. And maybe there was a deal struck in which the Age of Worms would then actually happen on this plane. But,
And you think what these worms you saw in the bottom of the pool around all of this stuff, that's like an extension of Caius, or...
I think it means that the influence that Caius had is spreading, whether that be a physical wormy situation or whether it be an atmosphere or a corruption in this town.
I see. So this is definitely worthy of our attentions.
I think so. I would be very intrigued to find out more from the family. I don't know if you have any special way of making them a bit more vocal with their feelings, or if they could express more to us, willing or no.
I have ways and means of enticing people to talk, and I can also think of 1 or 2 backup plans, not least of which is our powerful allies.
Very true. I believe Yorica might be able to do something with words, and Flore certainly, although slightly afflicted at the moment, could certainly be quite threatening and prosperous indeed. Prosperous. Need only show up to be intimidating to some, so...
There ain't nobody in this party I wouldn't rather have as a friend than an enemy, and that includes you, Hux. But listen, you have some unfinished business, so you come see me just before we go on this here trip. I'll do everything I can, keep everybody safe, give us an advantage. And do you happen to have a blank book or a book you wouldn't mind if, say, it blew up or something?
I'm not accustomed to blowing books up, but I do have a couple. Do they need to be blank?
Blank can work. This is very much a contingency for everything goes tits up, but you remember those nasty wards that I had to dispel in the bedroom of, let's say, Cyric?
Yes.
Well, let's just say I can do something similar that might provide a surprise to anybody who decides to open said book.
Well, I have a few items. Let me just pull them out. I'll give you a selection of blank books, but there's also a couple of other like reading material, mostly reference. But there's one I guess that actually pulls out of the bag and then goes, oh, puts it back in, and I guess it's titled "The Wizard Who Knew Me." That's personal reading. You may choose from any of the ones in front of you, my dear.
Is it a romance novel? What is it?
We don't know.
Right, I see.
Well, all right then. Aldrin choosing to respect Hux's privacy. I'll just take this one here, and we'll see what happens now.
If you were to flip to page 53, you'd find out some fascinating facts about the foliage around Waterdeep. Tremendous read. Or you could just blow it up. I mean, Aldrin, that's up to you.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that, and I will enjoy reading about foliage and
fauna and flora of Waterdeep and the High Road. It's a tremendous read, yes.
Well, I will take that on board, Hux.
Oh, good.
And I will not throw it over the side as soon as we leave the harbor.
You better not. It's first edition.
Well, all right then.
Are you going to rest in your rooms? I'm just checking.
I assume at this point we've reached the pub. Just had this.
Oh, you reached it 5 minutes ago. You've been standing outside the front door, nattering idly.
Yeah. Well, after you, Hux.
Thank you. I'm guessing everyone else is asleep.
Resting, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't have to necessarily be asleep. I'm not taking this as a you kit for 8 hours. It's more of a restful afternoon so that you can be prepared for the evening, which I want to count as a long rest.
Yes.
So otherwise, the rules. Right.
Otherwise, David will be cross with you because he used loads of spell slots.
I know. And I want to make sure everyone's, fighting fit
Ready.
For dinner.
Fighting fit.
I lost 60 hit points. I don't know how that happened.
It's because you took one for me.
Yeah.
You took the entire roof. It was great.
You took the roof for him.
Yeah, it was cool.
I am going to meta ever so slightly because...
Oh, dear.
No, just in one sense, because Aldrin, the character, would have prepared Word of Recall to get us out of there if it all goes shitwise, but I have a full understanding that this party is not going to escape, so I'm not going to prep it.
Oh.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Good.
As long as we know.
Well, it's just so I don't pull some bullshit like I cast Word of Recall.
No, you can cast Word of Recall if you want. Nothing's going to stop me. It's fine.
Oh, do you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to prep it as Aldrin would and just take the cards where they lay.
Fine by me. Michael. As Flore is resting, please make me a con saving throw.
Oh, plus 5 because you're within 10.
I am right next to you, yeah.
That's fair.
Well,
yeah.
Convenient.
Yes.
Constitution. That is a strong 11.
Plus the 5.
Why are you like this?
It's a 16.
All right, phew. Okay.
Yeah, better.
Foray. You do not feel diseased.
Oh.
That's good.
You have a sort of like, not feeling great, and the wound in your leg throbs a little, but you get through it. You do not gain were-rat lycanthropy. You're welcome.
Wow. That was a bullet dodged. Very nice.
Right. Early evening, you're all starting to rouse yourselves, and are you putting on any special outfits for dinner?
Vioricus certainly is if he can find anything. And also because I believe that everything is covered in mud, isn't it? So
yes.
A change would be, I think, very, very vital.
What are you going to wear?
it'll be a sort of big, long, velvety cloak thing.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Your dress cloak, you packed it just in case.
Yes. Well, a gentleman should always be with their dress cloak.
Absolutely. Anyone else changing outfits in any way, shape, or form? Prosperous? No? Full armor?
Well, I would have washed it during the rest so that it didn't have like mud in its crack.
Bit of a polish.
But like, what am I going to do with it? Just leave a full set of plate armor in the room? Like, no, the plate armor comes with me.
You are welcome to wear armor to dinner
valuable.
if that's what you want to do. That's absolutely your call. Any more outfit changes, or are you going as is?
Aldrin will speak the command word and have his armor change into a contextually appropriate evening dinner suit.
Yeah, it wouldn't be like a sort of it wouldn't be like a coat and tails. What it would be is very similar to your priestly garb, just a bit more like high collared and stuff like that.
With a cravat.
With a cravat, sure. Yeah. Hux.
Yeah, I think Huxley, having seen a lot of the more prominent wizards at Blackstaff, would perhaps try and emulate their outfit, but only using his current clothing, which is all he has. So maybe just try and pull those short shorts down a little bit, but not reveal too much. And polish the shoes, and maybe, having seen Aldrin leave his room, spot the cravat and try and fashion something out of a bedsheet.
Mm-hmm. Lovely.
Kind of rustle that up there.
What would you like to roll to make a functional cravat out of a part of a bedsheet?
That's a fantastic question.
It could
I'm
be
guessing
sleight
it's
of
not going to be
hand.
history, investigation, or arcana.
No.
Sleight of hand,
Arcana.
yeah.
I would allow arcana if you're using magic
I could use it with mending, I guess.
Yeah, sure. You could tear a strip off and then mend it to make it neat. I'm fine with all of that. Roll me an arcana check.
Sure.
Cool.
That was going to be so good, and then it was a natural 1 + 10, so 11.
No, it's a nat 1, Liz. You didn't know. It's a nat 1.
Ah.
You try and do that sort of frilled ruffle,
Yeah.
but it just looks like you've tucked in a bit of material that's just flat lying on your chest.
Yeah.
I'm proud regardless.
It's like a weird tie, like a weird
Yes.
flat tie.
Amazing.
That's white and frayed. Nice.
Yeah. Foray?
To be fair, Foray's like under his jacket clothes are relatively work formal, so I feel like that's the best.
Yeah, but they're not clean.
I didn't get done with all the loam and water there, did I? Because I got teleported out, so I'm not as dirty.
Oh.
Okay, I would allow. Fine. Okay.
And clean whatever I need to clean.
I was gonna say, you're spattered but not inured.
As we said, there is a bucket. You can dunk clothes in that and bring them out. That's perfectly fine. I don't mind. Good.
Yeah. And just like take off the scarf, so then I've got like my white shirt and stuff. So it looks tidy.
If you're all convening, you can be heading up to Tolstoff Keep for dinner. That is fine.
I want to cast a few spells before we go.
Go for your life.
If that's all right.
Of course it is.
I've decided that I don't have the component to Hero's Feast, otherwise I would.
Oh, nice.
The bowl. You wouldn't have the bowl unless you had specifically prepped with the bowl.
I've decided I don't have the bowl.
Okay.
Because otherwise I can't justify not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
All right then. So it looks like we're going this here dinner. I'm sure all of you are experienced enough to expect some shenanigans. So if y'all don't mind, I'm just gonna lay a few things down that might assist us and such.
Okay.
Now, first of all, Hux, you and I have spoken at some length, and I want to see you come through this in one piece. So this for you. And channeling Timora's power, you feel the clinking of phantom coins in your pockets as I cast Death Ward on you.
Nice.
Have you just given me some money? I feel a lot richer.
I'm afraid that will disappear in but a moment, but
okay.
you're welcome for the temporary wealth. Let's see now. Okay, so with no offense, Foray, Viorica, Hux, y'all seem to be perhaps the most vulnerable members of the party, so I just want to give you a little bit of aid in this regard. And I cast aid on the three of you. So your hit points maximum it's not 10 HP, it's maximum. Increases by 5, and your hit points commensurately increase by 5. Not sure why I said hit points. I don't know what those are, but you just feel more healthy, generally speaking. Right. Anything else that I can do that lasts a long time?
Yes.
Oh yes. I take the book that Huxley very kindly gave to Aldrin, and I cast a Glyph of Warding on it.
How long does Glyph of Warding take to cast?
Oh, fuck me. Can I have done it before we left, Chris?
Yeah.
Thank you, because it takes an hour.
I know.
I'd have done it before I rested. Yeah, that serves me right for being clever and not actually looking at the casting time.
It also has a very costly material component of some crushed gems. Now, you're quite high level, and you know how to cast Glyph of Warding, so I would allow that you have some, but you don't have an infinite supply.
No, that's
I would say that you can create one Glyph of Warding inside the book. Any particular page that it's on?
It'll be on the front page,
Yeah.
and it'll be underneath my own signature, which says "Courtesy of Aldrin Wheelwright."
Right, no problem.
And,
what do you want the Glyph of Warding to do?
So it's gonna go kaboom boom.
It's the explosive Glyph of Warding. Okay.
Yeah, if it's opened, and I'm just checking what the trigger is.
It's being read.
Yeah, but I think I can make it so it's read by not one of us.
Pretty sure you can too.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
I can set it's creature kind. Right. Any of y'all open this? You gotta make sure you say "I'm feeling lucky" first, otherwise it gon' go kaboom in your face.
Feeling lucky.
This is just a contingency plan. I'm gonna say to them it's like some holy book about their granddad or something. If I get the nod from, I'm gonna say UP, I trust your judgment. I'll slide it along there, and we'll all be ready to engage when the fireworks start.
Are we not just having dinner?
Well, I don't know about you.
Yeah, I've had certain parties in Baldur's Gate which started as a simple dinner and then shit hit the fan, so I would just like to be prepared for the contingency.
Incredibly rude to interrupt the eating. Could we at least eat first before we do anything else that provokes people?
Oh, I ain't going in guns blazing.
Those
I just
priorities, they're very important.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that we have options after dessert, so to speak.
Oh, is there going to be dessert?
One can
Who
but
knows?
hope.
Or the
That's
best
that
dream.
much.
That focus, razor sharp.
How aware are they of all of us, as they've only met the three of yous?
Yes, I believe I did say that I had friends. I did not talk about the flying horse, though.
Right. Did you specify how many?
Can I roll a history check to see if Emma remembers? To see if Prosperous remembers?
None of you said there are specifically 3 of you met them, and none of you specifically said, and there are 2 others also coming. You said there are other friends in
There
town.
was a fairly serious flyby by Andy, if I remember.
Yes, there was, but that they don't know that was us.
Fine.
I mean, I don't remember exactly, but I don't think I was like, there's also Flore and Viorica.
Well, it's just a thought, Prosperous. I imagine.
I
you
think
might
I
not
did
like
say
this
that my
idea.
friend Flore is here, so if you're not coming, Flore, then Viorica will have to pretend to be Flore.
Yeah, could pull that off.
Certainly, I like to think of myself as something of an actor.
How's your Golden Fields accent?
Viorica's would be flawless. Ed's not.
Go on then. Let's hear Viorica's northern accent.
God. What would you like me to say?
Well, you've always got to start with E by gum.
Right.
Keep at least once, yeah.
Kid.
Mardy. Right.
Tell things to come by a lot for no good reason.
Are you
Top at stairs.
Are you not coming, Flore?
It's not that I'm not coming, but how would you feel about it if I entered in a different place?
Then you won't
Through
get
the
any of the
window.
food.
To be honest, I'm not feeling right well still.
Oh no.
So
Do you need some help?
I don't know if it's something that can be helped. It's to do with our conversation earlier this afternoon. But no, the only idea is I'm just thinking is I'm pretty quiet and I'm pretty sneaky, and I could have a little mooch around while you're distracting, maybe check some rooms out, see if I can spot anything. And then if, as Aldrin says, I'm not entirely sure what a fan is, but if shit hits it, I can be, surprise in the background.
Imagine a small windmill.
I'm fine with that, as long as you don't escalate things before main course has happened.
With
Again, those
Prosperous, I could
priorities are
never.
just
I understand where your boundaries lie, Prosperous, and I would never step over that line.
Can we have the telepathic brain thing?
I was going to suggest that there'd be two more things that I'd like to say. Only thing is, P, can we eat fast? Because a lot of these spells only last for an hour.
That's the challenge I am up for.
Well, all right.
Fabulous trencher person.
I'm gonna cast this as a ritual. I'm gonna pretend that I knew it was coming. Can you call Andy down as well before this pops off?
Andy.
Yeah. Does Stampy count as a creature?
Andy comes flying down. The octopus is still there.
Andy
is not a creature.
Rid of the
harmed.
octopus.
Sorry?
You were supposed to get rid of the octopus.
I know, but it won't. Look, let me show you what I've done, okay? And Andy will do a sort of awkward horse roll in the low swamp water to try and rub the octopus off, and it doesn't go off. It doesn't want to leave. I don't have hands.
Do you want me to remove it from you?
No. Maybe.
Is this a symbiotic relationship?
Its name is Squishy. It's my friend.
And he is squishy.
All right, you may keep Squishy as long as you take good care of him.
Okay.
I'm just going to roll for whether Aldrin's distracted by the octopus.
Nice.
Yeah. Aldrin inadvertently includes the octopus in Rary's telepathic bond. Should the octopus prove willing? And
what is it? A wisdom save?
It's not a save. It's just willing. Up to 8 willing creatures. Yeah.
The octopus on the back, still attached. We will allow it.
Okay, that's good.
I may have inadvertently established a telepathic bond with the octopus. I apologize for that.
Andy, you are to pay attention to our conversation, not just talk to your new friend for the next hour.
Honestly, I'm not sure what the octopus can do in this scenario, so I'm going to have to look it up. Does telepathic bond give the octopus effectively speech? Is that a thing that
if it has an intelligence of 2 or less, it's not affected.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. It's an octopus. Yeah, it doesn't know what's going on.
It's not a magic octopus.
No,
it has 8 brains.
Last thing is, Frory, I can affect the spell that I gave you before, which allows you to see things as they are and such. Which, if you are planning on sneaking around, might be quite a useful thing to have. Only thing is, with the caveat, it would leave me slightly less effective with my spells and such, and it would not give me a way to get us all out of there if shit hits the fan, or rather, if the midden hits the windmill.
Well, seeing as this is, well, what I used to do, I feel like maybe I should stick to old school, as much as that's pretty damn impressive. I feel like I might be getting slightly addicted to the old seeing everything. It always makes it seem unfair. So
I have every faith in you, my friend.
So, just to confirm, you're all telepathically bonded. The octopus is not, sadly, because it's too dumb.
Yeah.
That includes Andy, who will be flying around waiting for the opportunity to be called in. Froray is going to try and sneak into the castle through another way in and have a look around. In the meantime, the 4 of you are going to your dinner invitation.
Yes.
Aldrin's cast a metric fuck ton of spells. Thank you for using those spell slots, David.
I've got a ton more.
Oh no. Anything else anyone wants to do before you walk up to the castle, and then we'll get to where Froray's going to try and enter.
Just to check, Shaden didn't go to the castle, did they?
No, when you looked out of the door, Shaden was walking across the moors, away from the castle and the town towards the sea.
That's right. Yeah.
Can I give? Who wants to be warding Vodded more, Aldrin or Foray? No, you have to stay within 60 feet. Foray, you're out. Aldrin, I'm going to give you a platinum ring and cast Warning Bond.
Warning. What was
warding?
Warding. Gotcha.
I know this spell, so thank you. I've never really used it myself on account of being squishy and such like.
Yes.
I appreciate that, P. You're a real one.
Yes.
Any more for any more?
No,
I am hungry. I will warn you now. It better be food. It's entirely false. I'll be cross.
As we are walking, I will be telling everyone of the legend lore that I'd learnt
Sure.
on the mechanical equipment under the tree.
Oh, yeah.
So
The
everyone
Age
is
of
aware.
Worms.
Caius and the Age of Worms.
This doesn't sound positive.
No. Whatever we're about to walk into will either be a very nice dinner or something potentially hazardous. So thank you, Aldrin. Thank you, P.
I think it could be both. We'll
You
have
don't
to
think
see.
there's going to be worms in the food, do you?
I would
Could be.
hope not. Or at least we could
Very
have some sort of
nutritious.
warning before, you know.
As you head up to the front gate, as described, there is a gravel raised walkway around the waters and some wooden planks on top of that. You can get to the side. The castle is what looks like, it's not a moat per se, it's just a part of the swamp that has been allowed to subside, which means that entrance not by this platform might be a little difficult for it. But you're hanging back, we'll come back to that in a minute. The four of you can approach. The door is open as it was when you first came in, but as you go inside, you can see that the market. So a lot of the stall-style construction is still there, but a lot of the product is gone. There are people sort of tidying up and making sure the place is relatively well looked after, but no one is actively engaging with you as you walk in. You can head to the left or right to go around the central courtyard to try and find the Tolstoffs. There's no one here to greet you. It's not that kind of place.
Can I do two things quickly, Chris?
Yes.
Can I potentially make, I assume, a religion check to see what if anything, I know about Cyric's rites and
Sure.
basically how to impersonate a priest of Cyric?
Oh, I see. Sure, roll me a religion check.
There.
I'm going to use a luck point. Fuck it. Might be useful.
Can Viorica is religiously skilled. Can he help?
Only if you discuss it.
Yeah.
I'm planning on perhaps making that their priest think we might be on their side. Might give us an advantage. Can anyone
Brilliant.
remember anything of their liturgy or?
Well,
You've rolled a 17 so far, Aldrin. Viorica, do you want to give assistance or do you want to roll by yourself and feed information?
No, I think assistance. I
Okay.
prefer to, if you want to give that another roll and see.
Sure. Well, you knew fuck all, Viorica.
To be fair, the
You're talking about Bane, Viorica.
Oh, sorry. I thought that was the same.
That's all right.
the worship of Cyric north of is like taboo's the wrong word, but it's not something that happens out in the open. So if you've never experienced it, whereas Aldrin, you're from you have experienced the worship of Cyric as open, so you understand a little bit about the liturgy. It's about survival of the fittest, taking whatever you can because everything is rightfully yours, that sort of thing. You reckon you could probably pass verbally on some basic we have similar mindset kind of thing, but if it came down to the liturgy or any kind of detail, you'd be as lost as the next because it's not a well understood religion.
I'm thinking that it might be better to impersonate a priest of Mask who is allied to their.
Yeah. Which the churches of Mask and Cyric in would certainly work together on numerous occasions. That'd be fine.
Would I think that they might speak in a particular language? For example, would being able to speak Abyssal add any credence to my deception?
Not especially.
Cool. I will save tongues then.
Yeah. Cool.
Actually, fuck it. I'm going to cast tongues on P.
Oh no.
Oh no.
P is going to become Abyssal.
There might be some stuff goes on in there, P, that, well, we've heard them speaking Abyssal and other such languages, and might be good for you to be able to understand that. So I'm just going to give you a little help in that regard, okay?
Oh no. Why me?
Because
You're
out of
most
all of
effective when
us,
we have to talk.
you are going to be the most persuasive presence if what I'm planning goes, udders up.
I mean, yeah, keep burning those spell slots. I'm fine with it. Good.
I mean, what else am I going to use them on?
As you walk
see.
left or right, it doesn't matter which way you go, you will eventually reach the room at the back of the keep, as previously described, where there are two inside stairways going up. What are they called? Hallways with stairs in them that go around the outside. What are those called?
Rotunda? No.
There's something like that. But there is a large space at the back where there are stairwells going upwards, and at the bottom of the stairwell, you do find Katerin, who is pacing back and forth. She is wearing full plate.
Oh, good. Frory said it might be rude to wear the plate, but I'm glad to see that it wasn't.
Well, it's a formal dinner, so I thought I'd go formal.
Yeah, isn't that right, Frory? Staring
Yeah,
at Viorica.
Frory.
Am I here?
No!
Both me and Ed were like, what?
Yeah, no, that's.
Viorica's pretending to be Frory, and he's clearly completely forgotten.
I thought that it was Aldrin who was pretending to be Ferrari.
Oh,
Yes,
right,
that's
okay.
a very good
well, then
point.
there is a pregnant pause.
No, they've already met Aldrin.
Yeah. Yes, Frory, which is you.
There's a really long pregnant pause.
I'm so sorry. Of course, it is very important for us all to be formal.
Roll a performance check with disadvantage because...
Yes, that was crap.
Sometimes his mind goes elsewhere.
Oh, look, there it is, the flat roll.
Okay.
You can have a flat roll, Ed, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because the flat roll is 32.
Yeah, that's fine. Catherine sort of looks across at Viorica and doesn't do a sort of what's going on, just a okay, like just a sort of polite nod, like okay, Ferrari's a bit slow, that's fine. Like it doesn't really mind that much. She is in full plate, and let's see. Let's have religion checks from those who want to make religion checks, and let's have investigation checks from those who don't.
Both terrible.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. 21 on the religion check.
10.
I presume we only get the +5 on saving throws.
Yes, only on saving throws.
Yeah, that's a flat 10. Rolled a 4.
21.
Investigation.
Huxley and Viorica, you'd both notice this, and it's up to you what you do with the information. This armor is massive. It's not similar to P's armor. P's has actually become quite aquiline over the years, but it's still plate. This is more blocky, like standard Knigget armor in many ways. Sorry, that's knight. I just like to pronounce it weirdly.
Yes.
There are points on it where there would be religious symbology because it was clearly made for paladining.
Yes.
With an investigation of 21, Huxley, some work has been done to remove the religious symbology from this armor. It's not scuffed and scraped, it's cleverer than that. It's been sort of buffed out in places, or what looks like had some sort of other symbol placed, and like not a symbol, but had something blank placed on top of it and welded on in places. It's very expertly done. It doesn't look like a piece of armor that's been desecrated, but it has very much had its religiosity removed in quite a few places. Viorica, in a number of places where you can see that the symbols have been buffed or removed, you can just about make out Lithanderite symbology.
Oh, right. In which case there's a certain amount of eye stretching, but it's hopefully not too obvious. And I don't think Viorica's going to take any action on this straight away.
I think telepathically you all hear, anyone get anything from that? I don't have Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
That armor used to be that of Lithander.
Who's Lythander?
My god. The god of the dawn.
Does P say that out loud?
Telepathically.
Yeah.
He's not bright, he's not an idiot. It's a very important distinction.
No, he is a crucial difference, yes.
She will sort of gesture to you to head up the stairs, if you want to.
Viorica will flare the cloak back and move up the stairs.
Okay.
Might there be a bathroom of some sort I could avail myself of just before coming to dinner?
Call us a Jake's like everyone else. Viorica attempting to be northern.
Trying to be northern.
Who's Jake?
Fair point. Just go where you can.
There's an outhouse just over there.
Thank you very much.
There's an outhouse behind the building.
Aldrin will go into this, and despite Chris's constant hinting about spell slots, it's what he would do.
It's up to you what you do with your life, babe.
I'm going to play my character correctly.
You can do what you like, babe.
Yeah. Cast detect magic before I come and join, just in case there's anything.
Sure, no problem.
At the table.
That's fine. If the rest of you head upstairs, the room above this one has a hole in the floor where the stairs come up, and it is a long, thin room that seems to take up one entire side of the keep. And faded glory, a beautiful large dining hall with a long table, clearly designed for holding 20, 30 people. It's very gothic. There's a large number of like sort of wall gargoyles and things like that. There's a couple of stuffed heads, mostly of crocodiles and other swamp creatures. There's a big portrait at the back of an older, very stern-looking man who looks a bit like Edgar and Catherine, but you don't recognize. There's quite an elaborate sort of chair at the head of the table that Edgar is sat in as you walk up the stairs, although he does stand up out of the chair and sort of bow pleasantly as you walk forward. He's wearing a coat with a big feathered ruff and has a cane that he is leaning on slightly as you all enter the space. Welcome. Thank you for joining us for dinner. It is greatly appreciated.
Thank you for having us. We're very excited about the food.
Absolutely.
Splendid. We've asked some of the locals to act as staff for tonight. We don't have any, so they'll be cooking and providing.
Right. Very nice. This is a beautiful place.
Thank you. A lot of it's from my grandfather, but...
Is that a picture of him?
Yes, it is, yes.
Lovely.
We've not had any particular time for remodeling, and I think Mother didn't use this room very much, so we keep it as is. You'll also note that there are some lovely big bay windows on the side of the room facing outward, and you can just about, because the light is starting to dim and the fog is starting to clear a little bit, see out across the moors and the swampland ahead of you, just about hear the crash of waves and see the sea.
Oh, wow.
Aldrin, with your passive perception of 36, you can see that in the sea, as described beforehand at other occasions, there appears to be an island not too far out, visible from here, probably about a mile.
For some reason, I feel like this island's going to be important.
It's got some lights around it which catch, but unless you had a perception of 30-something, you wouldn't see it.
I'll telepathically inform the others that there is an island out there.
Which you already knew about because Andy told you.
Yeah, and then just I will probably ask the host, what's that island out there?
What island?
Catherine will walk over to the window and point it out for those who haven't seen it yet. Oh, that's the Breakwater. That's a... it's not a real island. It was just a spit of rock, really, but Grandfather wanted to create a defensible location around here, as well as potentially some kind of lighthouse. That never really came to much, though. Mother was looking into working on it, adding some new detail to it, but no, at the moment we've got some plans for it, but we haven't done a lot with it yet.
I see.
What did he imagine you might be attacked by?
Oh, I don't know. It's a dangerous world out there, and she'll give you a smile that's got a little glint to it.
Yeah, got it. Can I can easily imagine the answer would be nothing, but can I do an insight check on that smile?
Yeah.
I keep forgetting how. Ooh, 22, because that's a natural 20.
Very nice. It's the first time you got a hint from her that she's aware that something's going on. She's aware that this dinner is not just dinner.
Right. Yep. What will go through? There'll be another telepathic thing. She's getting ready for. I can't remember She's getting ready for something. This is going to be interesting.
Oh, I should have mentioned Prosperous. Catherine's sword, great sword on her back, is humongous.
Hey.
Oh, can I look at your sword?
I beg your pardon?
Well, I'm a fan.
I think this might be flirting. I'm not sure.
Of the large swords. It's not getting better. Help! Someone help! Telepathically! Someone help! Help!
Huxley will go up to Edgar.
Edgar? Yes.
Edgar, and say, I can't help but notice that your garments are very similar to that of those who frequent the Blackstaff Academy. It's very, very arcane almost in their construction. Do you dabble?
Yes, I do.
What sort of wizarding school, may I ask, or is it something sorcerous?
Oh, it's a wide variety.
Oh. Well, do tell.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Is there magic coming off the sister's sword?
Sword, armor, and off there's off Edgar's cane and cloak as well.
I guess we all dress for dinner.
I've been told that to bear one's blade is to bloody it, and I have no interest in bloodying it at this point in time. I think it would be rude to do so.
Oh. We just live with boring people. Sometimes we just get our swords out and look at them. I eat sunflower seeds off mine sometimes.
Prosperous does it frequently, don't you, Prosperous? We never see you without it out.
It's too big for a scabbard, really.
Excellently done. Excellent.
Hey, Edgar. You get, I'll sort of say in Hux's mind briefly, you give us a second here?
Well, I must sit down at my place. It's rude for me to stand over the host, and I'll go and sit down at the table.
No problem.
And just going up to Edgar saying, I really enjoyed our conversation the other day. And one thing you might like to know is you have more friends at this table than you might think. And just allow briefly a mask to appear over the face.
Deception check, please.
Oh no.
That's it. They might have more friends at the table.
And the implication is a deception check.
Well, that is only a 30.
Nice. I was going to say, could I give you some help? You don't need it.
I'm studying his face intently to see what...
Their face.
Sorry, their face, apologies.
They look at you with a raised eyebrow and... Good to know. And there's no kind of... there's no indication of... well, that's definitely something we want to explore more, nor is there a, sure, bud, whatever. You don't really get much of a push either way.
Interesting.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance once again. I'll have a seat now, if you don't mind.
Well, why don't we all sit, and I'm sure food will be along in a moment.
Oh, hooray.
Can I offer anyone some wine?
Yes.
If you all sit and you all have libations poured, hooray! What you doing?
Sneaking around.
There is no back door. You will know
there's
that
windows.
Yeah, there's windows all round. There is one door at the back with an outhouse next to it, because that's where Motrin just was. But there's no pathways onto, almost like the keep itself is almost on like a small island. It's not. You could wade through the water here relatively easily. But
I would probably throw out like a sort of go either like 100 feet to the side and almost like get like a bird's eye view of the entire building just to pick out the most advantageous point to go in at.
It's pretty fortress-like. There are windows all around the ground floor. There's no like attempt to block anything off. There is one door at the back which leads to the outhouse, but beyond that there's nothing particularly of note.
I'd probably just sneak in and go up climb up to one of the windows and jimmy my way through. Yeah.
Cool. Roll me a stealth check. Let's get this ball rolling.
Okay. 27.
Great. If you sneak around the building and do a bit of quick wading, you can make your way to the side of the building and easily climb up to one of the windows. How are you going to open the window?
I will. Is it locked, or I've got my lock picks? I can. No.
Windows. Most of them are open. It's a damp area, so if you don't keep the windows open, everything inside will become extremely damp.
Yeah, just if I need to, just slide it slightly more open and slither in quietly.
You've not been in here before, but you can see most of these rooms are not really in use by the family. It looks like they are largely used for storage or as part of this sort of ground floor marketplace. Excuse me. Rooms go around the outside of the ground level, almost one door leading to the next. You don't see any hallways or anything. And in the middle is a courtyard. Looking out at the courtyard with the internal window, if you will. There are it's overgrown plants. It's got the attempt of having to been well looked after, but you can see it's a bit overgrown, and there's a tree sort of not quite in the middle of it. There's also clearly like a swamp tree. It's not pretty. There wasn't really enough made to make it pretty. But that is where you are. You're in this room at this ground level.
So my aim is to go to the place that they specifically told us not to go to, or where they politely asked us to not go to when we have a look around.
They didn't ask. I mean, they said the rooms, the private rooms, are upstairs, but you weren't there for that.
Well, fair enough.
Someone could have told you. Someone could have told you that they said.
I just
upstairs.
assumed I'd have been informed of that conversation.
That's fine. Just making sure we're all on the same page. You can go upstairs. You can try and go upstairs. If you move silently around, you only find one room with 2 stairwells in it that seem to go up, and you can hear the voices of all your compatriots up there. So it's clearly not the way in. Aldrin, you'll become aware that Furua is sneaking around below briefly.
Nice.
God, 36. I can't stop.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a feature that basically pings its eye for details, and it basically forces me towards and uncover or decipher clues when making investigation checks. So instead of it being like a blanket, there is this thing or this thing, I get almost like pings towards what would be
perfect. Roll me an investigation check.
So investigation. So 12 plus 13.
25.
Impressive.
You note that there are a couple of trapdoors that would appear to go down. However, they have all, and you can notice this as you go around, look slightly under carpets in places, they have all been nailed shut.
Interesting.
You can find no other stairs up. There's no there's no obvious way to go up to the second floor.
No, like servant stair, classic.
No,
manor houses,
nothing like that, because it's not. They don't really have servants. And Edwin was kind of busy doing other stuff.
I'd like to mark out in my notebook the exact locations of each of the trapdoors.
Sure.
And then I think I'll sort of start. I'm going to try sneak up the stairs past the meal and just sort of like wave at Aldrin and then disappear into the back.
With the 25, I will give you this. The inside in the courtyard, there are some lattices with vines growing on them that you could climb.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, we're going up then.
Cool. Then after you've knocked out all of the trapdoors, all of which are nailed shut, you can then make your way around to the outside. There's plenty of like small doors into the courtyard that aren't really being used, and then you can easily slip up to one of the trellises and climb it. Roll me an athletics check to climb the trellis.
Can I use acrobatics instead?
No.
Fair enough.
In your mind, you just hear, "You're pretty damn stealthy, man."
Ooh. I like it.
That is 6 athletics.
As you start to climb the trellis, you realise that it's attached to the wall, but it's not meant to hold any like real weight. If you start going up it too much, you might get up, but you'll probably tear it off the wall and make an absolute racket.
Yeah, we're going to have to reset. I think I might have to rely on my stealth to go up the stairs instead. Because if I rip that down, it's going to be fairly obvious. Even if they don't hear me do it, they're going to know someone was around.
Exactly.
And that's even more of an issue.
The problem you've got is that the stairs go up directly into the room where everyone is. There's no way you could sneak by entirely invisible because people are literally looking in that direction as part of sitting around the table.
Prosperous, I'm going to need some kind of distraction. I need you to get them to be looking the opposite way to the stairs. I only need maybe a minute, 30 seconds, if that.
Gonna slam my hand down on the table, hard enough, hopefully, to knock over at least a few of the wine glasses. Excellent! What a good time. So where's the food?
As you slam your hand down, roll an athletics check.
Athletics check. This is going to be
No more
amazing.
table.
26.
Ooh.
Are you attempting to break the table? Or just knock some glasses over by punching it a little too hard?
if I break the table, we probably won't be able to eat off it, and that wouldn't look so much like an accident. So I'm going more for like potentially like the movement knocks over a few, then I slam it and knock over the rest. Like this is, yeah.
As you slam your hand down with an exuberant sort of hooray, the table rocks and one or two glasses wobble in front of people, and the one in front of Viorica, because it's funny, rocks and falls into Viorica's lap.
No, I'm so sorry. I'm going to start like...
For goodness sake. Yeah, exactly.
Swiping at Viorica.
Viorica's really going to get into this. Why do you always do this? You get overexcited by food. Just calm down, for goodness sake.
For you see an opening. Sorry, let's go on.
Would anyone like me to douse them?
Yes, I think we're going to have to do that. Otherwise, this cloak is going to be ruined. Oh, my God!
The Tolstos appear to be distracted watching this. For you have an opening if you need it.
Yep, I'll slip past.
Give me a stealth check, please. There would be disadvantage because you're clearly visible, but then you were given advantage by all the help, so it's a flat roll.
Awesome.
I like that a lot.
29.
Again, Aldrin, you notice, but no one else would, as Foray quietly slips up and you quickly make for one of the side doors out of the room. It takes up the entire side of the house, just to make sure that you're in a room and therefore out of the way of all of this stuff.
Did you make it? Did that work? Was it good enough?
I'm in.
Sorry, Viorica.
I tip my hat to you, friend.
Oh, don't worry. This cloak needed a thorough soaking anyway. It's fine.
Food is brought in and placed in front of you. There is a lot of fish, not going to lie, of course there is, but there's also separate vegetables, and very clearly some of them have been like, this is actually a main course kind of attempted to make more of a vegetarian or vegan meal out of this.
Gonna start digging in with consideration for my appetite without thinking like other people might have slightly different appetites. Just gonna keep like a pile.
Oh man, wow. Not
and
even
then start
carb loading,
eating
just
it
fish
really
loading.
fast because Aldrin told me to eat it fast. So this is like shoveling it in.
Roll me a con save.
Don't get a 1 on this, otherwise there's going to be projectile vomiting 14. As well. Then we really are going to need it.
14?
Yeah.
It's up to you how you want to roleplay this. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but Prosperous will have indigestion for the rest of the game.
Why are none of you eating as fast as this? Aldrin, you said be quick. Come on, get it down, yeah?
All right. I'll give it the best shot I can, and Viorica's going to do the same thing. Just why not?
Con save, please.
Yep, my constitution is not nearly as good as. And now, hang on. Do I get +5 on that on the basis of 16?
You also have indigestion for the rest of the adventure. It's up to you.
Oh, that's good fish, but blimey, wow.
You saying that out loud?
Yes.
Right, good. Anyone having any conversations with your hosts? They will be trying to engage you in conversation.
Shoveling food. Aldrin is eating at a normal pace because he is tiny and has a fast metabolism.
Nice.
How long have you lived here? Yeah.
Well, we've always lived here.
Right, so you didn't go anywhere else ever then? You've just been here forever?
Well, is everything all right? We're all eating very quickly.
We're just really hungry.
Really hungry.
See. Well, fine.
It's a beautiful place, and you were talking about making it a bit more defensible. Is the idea that it is defensible, or the idea is that you want to stay here forever?
Edgar will speak mostly. Well, grandfather was determined to make this place a fortress, but I think he assumed that there would be some issue with his practices, which were not great. Right. But Mother had different ideas about making it a home. So, I guess I sit somewhere in the middle. I don't particularly feel like we need a fortress, but also it would be a shame not to see what we could do with the place we've been given.
It is an intimidating edifice, but it's also not. It does feel homely. I think I could live here if given the opportunity, but at the same time, obviously, it's yours.
Yes.
Might I ask, how did your mother feel about your grandpapa's antics? Did she not mind?
Well, she certainly wouldn't have described them as antics.
Right. What were they?
He was a necromancer, very interested in the occult and, some of the less salubrious parts of life, but it's his prerogative, of course, obviously.
Do you know if, I believe he calls himself Old Branch Fingers. Did they ever speak to each other back in the day?
Oh, the tree. Did Grandfather speak to the tree? I think Grandfather was aware of Branch Fingers, but no, he chose this place for an entirely different reason.
Oh, I see.
Oh, what was that?
Edgar will catch Catherine's eye, and Catherine will catch Edgar's eye. They'll look back and forth together, and then Catherine will rather daintily, this huge plate armor, just tap the mouth. All right, maybe it's time to explain a bit more. I feel like we touched on this a little earlier and never got a chance to fully tell you what we know. And you're here investigating, so I think it's only fair that we give you as much information as we can.
That would be very useful, thank you.
Happy to.
Studying their faces very carefully throughout this exchange.
As Catherine starts talking, Froy, what are you up to? You have moved into a side of the rooms up above as below look to be relatively underutilized. Quite dusty, lots of sheets covering things. If you move through on the side that you've gone to, you will eventually reach areas that appear to be more habitated. You can see that there's a room which is some kind of study, and then behind that, if you open the next door, is a bedroom, it looks like, and then beyond that, through the next door, there appears to be some kind of another room that takes up most of the front half of the house, that appears to be some kind of living room thing. You guess that each of the twins has a room on either side of this space, and it's quite neat. Use me your investigation roll for clues thing to see what else you notice as you go through.
22.
Grand.
Eye for detail.
Mm-hmm. The study is, it appears to have quite a few books in it about farming, governance, that sort of thing. But with a 22, you can notice that those appear to be quite well thumbed. There's a thin layer of dust on them. They haven't been looked at recently. On the desk is a couple of other books that look like they're notebooks, which have lots and lots of scribbled notes in. If you read through those, they're not great. It's not a full breakdown of what happened and here's what we're going to do. It's more of a series of names and what look like movements, what look like plans for where they could go, and there's marks next to them which look like little X's and little ticks. It looks like a hit list. It looks like a list of townsfolk.
Interesting.
I will immediately copy those names into my own notebook, and I'm assuming like the names correlate to the three, including the lady of the keep.
Very much so, yes. And there's about 20 more that are all marked out and ready. Like, this looks like the planning book for organizing these disappearances.
Interesting.
If you move on to the bedroom, the bed is slept in, but it looks like not much time is actually spent here. And with a 22 in a corner of the room, you note another trapdoor, but you were in the room below this and there was no space there. Because it's a 22 and because you can look outside the window, I will allow that you do a sort of sidestep look, and this trapdoor would have gone inside the wall in the room below.
Right, the drywall.
Yep. Much like
I imagine there might be something down there. That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Through your head, you'll be like, well, I've got a hit list. I've got a secret entrance down into the cellars that are blocked off from everywhere but this bedroom. Do with this information what you will, but I'd also say they're probably, whatever they're going to tell you, bullshit you in some form of manner. Now, I can disappear or I can go down and muck.
I think if you go down on your own, you risk being in peril in a way that we will not be able to assist you with for some time.
I mean, if I promise to run, I'm pretty quick.
I mean, it's your life.
It's up to you guys. I don't want to be making executive decisions on my own. It's whether you think it's beneficial or not.
Oh, is this being broadcast to everybody? I thought it was just being broadcast. Well, do you think you'd be able to... well, do you think you'd be able to be any use if you did disappear?
Well, if I went and had a look down there?
No. I mean, as in, if you do go and have a look and you are captured, do you think you will be any use? There do seem to be only two of them here, and they have, the only servants they have are townsfolk.
Yeah, a couple of townsfolk have walked in and like served drinks and food, but they've not stuck around. Like they're just here to go, here's the food, and we're going to go home now.
Yeah,
there is. We do have evidence of the assassin, the Minotaur, and your brother. As long as you don't mind me potentially knocking your brother out if he gets in my way, we should be fine.
If all three of them are down there, I mean, you're good for it, but you're not that good.
No, that's why I'd run.
I have an alternative suggestion that y'all might wish to consider. What if, Rory, you come in and we confront them with this here evidence, and then perhaps we can negotiate from a position of strength?
Sounds good to me.
Good idea.
I have eaten a lot of fish now. I'd be willing to move on with this evening's activities.
I love thee. That's so funny.
Y'all like me to prepare a spell of silence ready to pop off soon as shit hits the fan? They are lying to us. I doubt this is gonna go smoothly.
Well, if everyone's ready, I'd say come on in, Ferrari.
Come on down.
Tonight,
the other ones are nailed. This trapdoor isn't nailed, is it?
No, not at all.
Okay. Is there a big, heavy chest or anything I can put on that one so nobody can come out of that chest and potentially come up behind us?
Sure.
While we're going for an
athletics check.
Good thought.
Oh dear. Beautiful. Natural 20.
Yeah, nice. You can
+4.
I think because it's a nat 20, I'll give you this.
I needed that.
Yeah, like a chest. Like you look at can I pull this chest across, and you realise that there's a bookshelf right there, and you just move it 2 feet, nothing serious, and the trapdoor now cannot be opened because it's got an entire bookshelf resting on it. Like there's no one's going through that trapdoor, not one.
Fantastic, and then I will take the books with the hit lists on, and begin the power march into the main eating area.
While this has been happening, Catherine was speaking. Anyway, as promised, our mother... Maybe it's best to go further back. Our grandfather, Edwin. Edwin was a necromancer and had big ideas, and he was experimenting on anything he could when he found the ruins of this keep, which were connected to a necromantic being that he was interested in. He hired people to build the castle on top, which... also gave him test subjects. Those test subjects became, some of his earliest monstrosities, and one of the results of that was my mother. Our mother. She found out about him, found out about what he did, and, she wanted it to stop. Which seems only right, don't you think?
Well, if it's causing pain to others, then certainly.
Quite.
Wait, sorry, she was one of the monstrosities?
No. She was a child born of his experimentations. I don't know the details, and I've never asked. She realized his problem, and when she was of enough of an age to take responsibility into her own hands, she tricked him. There are dungeons below, not extensive ones, just many, many cells where Edwin would keep all of his experiments. And she lured him into one, locked the door, and prayed that no one would ever release him. Wow. Little did she know that her father's master had some cosmic enemies of their own who heard her and sealed the door forever. Sometimes at night you can still hear Edwin's whispers coming up through the floorboards. Anyway, about a week ago, I had returned home. I was unsure of Lathander. I was unsure of what I was going to do with the rest of my life. I'd become disillusioned, you see. Unsure of whether gods really had mortal interests at heart at all. And then my sibling told me about our grandfather's whispers and what they'd heard. And we thought, an opportunity, a chance to make things right, a chance to learn from our grandfather what he was actually trying to do, and to see if this was done properly. Finding local smuggler and a priest contact of his that would be useful to finding methods for opening the door. So yes, we started kidnapping villagers and sacrificing them to open the door.
Oh, well,
Yes.
that's wow, right.
They're both watching all of you. Edgar's keeping quite a close eye on Aldrin with a kind of, are you okay with this? Are you not? Kind of vibe, whereas Catherine's just saying it quite idly while sipping wine and watching all of you. Not quite as hawk's gaze. From Catherine, you get the vibe of fully assumes you're all going to be up in arms about her.
I give Edgar a wink and start to slide the book out of my bag.
Sure.
And what happened to your mother? If she's
Good
not...
question.
Well, she was the first sacrifice to break her own curse. Seemed obvious at the time, almost. And Jagaran, the priest who our smuggler friend found, is quite bloodthirsty.
And how are you doing with the door? Is it open or not open?
I mean, I'd hoped it would be obvious by now, but appears it wasn't. It's being opened right now. We're the distraction.
Excellent.
And she is going to stand. Now, I'm happy for this to go any way you want it to. My sibling tells me that they need a bit more time. And I am, if anything, a protector.
Channel divinity and throw my sword at the wizard.
Sure, you're going to throw.
I was just about to say in your mind, P, is it book time?
Yes.
Flora, you can be ready to burst in at exactly this point. It can be ready.
Well, I don't know, because if am I being passed on this information or not?
Yes.
Because what I could do is not join that fight and go down and see if I can just surprise attack them downstairs.
Oh, nice.
It's up to you what you do. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but
I know that could be quite. But even if it's just distraction and disrupt it and then run back away.
Sense. Yeah.
But I'm not going to say I'm going to go get in a fight with the Minotaur and the thief, because there's no way I can win that fight. But if I go and piss them off enough where they're distracted, where they can't open the gate and then run away,
that might make things a lot easier later on. That's very true.
It's entirely up to you.
think Aldrin might hear in his head. I think we're feeling lucky. I think we are feeling lucky.
Chris, what Aldrin would like to do, and it's up to you at what point in the sequence of events this takes place. So I'm assuming that Edgar might be able to detect magic. But what will happen on the book is it will detect the type of magic, which is evocation from the ward. So my plan, an elaborate plan as befits Aldrin, is to slide the book down the table, saying something like, "Take this, it's a book of evocation spells," and then trying to feign as if I've been under a geese, I don't know how to say it, this whole time.
Geese.
Geese. Which is why I've been with this party.
Sat under a geese.
And then just be like, the psychic damage!
Brilliant. It wouldn't be if you didn't try. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so that they would think that I've actually slid them a book of evocation spells.
If you want that to be your first turn of combat, that is your prerogative.
I mean, I cast the spell, I was going to give it a go.
That's absolutely fine. Awesome. Prosperous, your dexterity is not amazing.
No.
Can we have everyone rolling initiative, please? And then let's see where in the initiative count Prosperous would fall, because I'm not sure if I can give you a surprise round for pulling the sword off and throwing it at Edgar.
Like the idea, though. 16 for my initiative.
Thank you.
25. Natural 20.
25.
My dice are on the same page, also natural 20 for a 20.
Just 2-0.
Yeah.
Okay, then in which case, you will go early enough for initiative for your throw to be a surprise, so I think that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
17 for hosting.
Gotcha, thank you.
With advantage, a 10. I rolled a 4 and a 3.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Tragedy.
No.
Sometimes the dice decide, but perhaps even if the wizard is distracted by the sword, maybe he'd be more willing to just pick up the book. Who knows?
Again.
Sorry, I apologise.
That's all right.
Chris.
We all know you never fight the person who's like you fight the other one.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Flore, it is you first in initiative. I think it's fair to say that you get this brainwave of shit's about to go down. I should probably see what's going on in the basement. What would you like to do?
Yep, just not being subtle. There's no need to be subtle now. At the second, but he's going to shove the staircase. Shove the staircase. That'd be impressive. The bookcase. Shove the bookcase back, lift it, and then
Hang on. What was your roll to pull the bookcase into place?
Natural 20.
Add your, what was that, total?
24.
Cool, roll me athletics check to push the bookshelf out of the way.
22.
Yeah, fine, sure. You run up twice now, you just go and push it out of the way again and can open up the trapdoor.
I don't know where he's pulling this from, but I'll take it.
Well.
The page master.
As you run back and push the bookshelf back and wrench open the trapdoor, it's a smuggler's corridor. You can see that before you could. They're clearly getting advice from this smuggler friend of theirs. It goes down very, very steep, almost ship stairs, and then crosses back to another trapdoor that aims to go down again. You can see that it's in between two stone walls that are made to look incredibly similar. It's a very tight squeeze, but you're quite small. You could make it down to the bottom of these stairs relatively quickly, but are you dashing?
So I've got 40-foot speed.
40-foot speed. You can get back to here, open the trapdoor. The athletics check is an action to push the bookshelf out of the way, but you've done that. You can then get to the bottom of this with the 40 feet, and you have a bonus action left if you want it. So as you get to the bottom of this trapdoor, stairs going down, there is, it comes to the bottom and it's clearly been put in, like this is not part of the original foundations. And you are in what looks like a stone corridor that appears to go, mirrors the house above it and seems to go round it with basically an L in front of you. You can go one way or the other. With your passive perception of 24?
22 passive perception.
22, okay. You can hear a droning voice, but you're not sure where it's coming from.
I might just have to do my eye for detail again because it can work for perception and investigation.
It would take an action, surely.
It's a bonus action.
Oh, it's a bonus action. Amazing. Okay, then roll me your eye for detail.
I'll double check. I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, bonus action to make a perception.
Sure.
So that would be a perception check. $23.
23. You get the sense from listening down these two corridors that wherever you're heading is probably equidistant, i.e. in the far corner of this space. So it doesn't matter which way you go. You're running very low on movement now because you've used 40 feet and you've used bonus actions and so on. And what I will allow is you can start moving into either corridor. It does not matter. As you do, you look in and you can see that the entire corridor is lined with armored doors. These are all cells.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Okay.
That's fine. Prosperous, you throw the sword. You are the first person to act in initiative on this floor, so...
Yeah, I'm going to throw the sword and then jump onto the table to grab it and go down again, hopefully.
Both at Edgar.
Oh, yeah.
Sure, no problem.
If he's the communication point... Sorry, if they're the communication point between the two, that seems like the best option.
Sure.
27.
Hang on. Just got a lot of things in this initiative tracker. Can I shield it? I'm not sure I can.
How hench is your wizard?
Mage armor and shield.
Yeah, but still. It's not going to get to 27, is it?
No, not going to get to 27.
The second one is a 25.
No. What?
Just so
if shield isn't going to work, what they will do is use silvery barbs on the first hit. So as you swing out,
well, I've already rolled another one. It was a 25.
That's fine. Yeah, then they can't stop the hits. So both will go. They briefly sort of hold their hands up, and you can all see this sort of like.
The second one becomes a 26.
Yeah, both hit. There are sort of horrible, weird. Sputters of energy as they hold their hands out that are almost green, sort of an acidic green colour, as they try and defend themselves from the two sword hits, but cannot.
Do you need to roll to try and jump onto the table?
No.
Okay. I miraculously avoid standing in any of the food.
If you want to do that, then you have to roll, and it's a dexterity saving throw, so...
Dex save? What? Surely it's athletics to jump.
You want to not land in food. That's a dex save to be dexterous enough to jump onto a table.
23!
You don't step in any food. You're fine.
Well done.
Right. How hench does wizardy wizard look?
I mean, they look like a wizard, Harry. It's up to you what you want to do with that.
Right, hang on. I get to roll one of those again. 16.
Paladin maths kicks in as swords go smashing into
everything.
The first one is a 26. I won't smite on that just to see how it goes.
26.
Yeah.
Cool. They take the damage.
Do they look sore?
I mean, it's definitely a hefty hit. It's 26 points of damage.
All right, I will smite on the second one then.
Fine.
That's 23, and then I'll smite at third level. 53.
Yep, two horrible hits. Edgar screeches as they are almost pinned to their chair by your two strikes. However, as you do this, Katerin will use her reaction.
You're kidding.
Yeah. You are so big and so hench.
That's what I like to hear whispered into my ear at night.
I think she's just going to hit you. I was trying to be clever, but I think she's just going to strike out at you for having the temerity to attack a sibling. So the sword comes off the back in a gigantic arc that spins around and tries to get in the way of... It's not her turn, she can't move, but tries to get in the way of you attacking her sibling. That is a 31 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. I can't do anything about that.
Can I silvery barbs that, please?
Of course you can.
Nice.
Is it the ink quill squirting in her face again?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Pen nips.
Pen nips, sorry.
Yep.
26 to hit?
Yeah. My AC is 19, not that high.
Okay.
Thank you, though, Liz. Don't forget to assign your
advantage. Yes, good point. Let's go with
16.
I'm gonna go for you, Pros.
Oh, thank you.
You pros.
You pros.
Gonna go for you, Pros.
You Pros.
Right.
I'm ready.
It's only because I've written your name down as Pros. Sorry.
29 points of
not too
damage,
bad.
of which the first... There's a slash and cut across your chest as you get knocked by the gigantic sword, and you also feel necrotic burning
Oh, good.
that cut you as well. She is now standing and trying to defend. Grant.
Cool sword.
As the sword has come out, you can see that it is blackened metal, and this is much more obviously a weapon that was holy because it has Lathandrite symbology on it, but it has been blackened and scarred and twisted. This is not
It was
nice.
probably nicer before you, denounced your god and everything.
Some would say so, I'm sure. Absolutely.
This is the battle between people.
So in my mind, we've got Edgar in their chair.
Mm-hmm.
Katarina's next to Edgar, and then Prosperous is kind
On
of
the
in front
table.
of.
Yeah.
I would like, if I may, to cast Dawn, but position it in a way that Prosperous will not be encapsulated.
You could sort of make that sort of corner of the room dawn-ified.
It'll
I'm fine
extend
with that.
outside, I guess, but half of it would.
No one would notice. Suddenly in the corner of this room, bing!
Yeah.
That's
straight
fine.
on.
Yeah, no problem.
So when this, I'll be quite proud of myself looking at Prosperous and Aldrin, like, I'm doing the thing that you're doing. Could they each make Constitution saving throws? So when it
Yes, of
appears,
course.
the creatures within must make a con save.
Right. He gets to add on her stuff. There it is. That's a 21 and a 22, respectively.
Both beat the DC, so they take half the damage, which is 11.
Okay.
When their turn ends, if they are in the Dawny sphere, they must make that con save again.
Okay. Cool. They have both taken the damage.
So that is that, and I think Stampy's not going to be doing anything specifically, but I'm going to move Stampy to be within that radiant sphere. Doesn't have to take a save because isn't really there. And
That's
it's just gonna eye Edgar, trying to intimidate. I don't think Edgar would be expecting a little Stamp with googly eyes to look at them. So
Edgar's currently quite focused on Prosperous because that hurt a lot. So is currently unhappy with this sitch.
So I'm going to use my movement to pull back as far as I can.
Totally fine. You can get to the other end of the room if you want to and be 60 feet away from this whole shobang.
Amazing. And that ends my turn.
Fantastic. Viorica.
So, the first thing that's going to happen is we're going to have a 4th level Rathalim Psychic Lance straight at the Paladin.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
And it's intelligence 18. That basically the chair is going to be kicked back, and it's 2 steps away to bring up the flute and then do a.
Yeah, that's fine.
And so yes, roll for me, please.
That is a 22.
Oh, poop. So they're going to take half.
And they're not incapacitated.
Yeah, it was the incapacitated that I was really.
I've got some legendary resistances. I'm not going to lie. I just didn't have to use one yet.
No, I got you. That's what I was trying to get out. The damage is unhelpful. Hang on. 20. Sorry, 20. It's 25 divided by 2, so 13.
12. Round down.
12. Sorry. Right.
It's all right. 12.
12. So yeah, that goes into them now.
I think the beam of sunlight and then this psychic lance bouncing out. She's sort of flinches twice at both of these, but it is kind of flinch and then shakes it off. It is that you've seen it in Prosperous before. That look of like, sure, okay, I get it.
Bring it on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, I don't think I'm going to do anything else. Yep, I don't have a bonus action that I want to do just yet, and having moved back, that doesn't do an opportunity attack or anything, does it?
No. No one's close enough. Absolutely not. You're fine.
That's what I'm thinking. So, in which case, I will move my movement to go back and sort of come up the side,
Totally
so that we're both.
Yeah, absolutely no problem.
We're both there.
If we get rid of one of them, I reckon I can take the other. So then, go help Foray.
Right. Yeah.
Are you going to go and follow Foray, or are you going to stay here?
I'm going to stay here until one of them goes down, I think is the idea. Was that a general broadcast, Em, or was it? Yeah, cool.
Probably not to Foray. Everyone apart from Foray.
Yes.
Catherine
thinks that's a good idea.
Catherine will look at Edgar and say, "Go now and wait for my signal." And they go after her, so it's irrelevant for now. They are going to step in front of them.
Wizard or Paladin?
Sorry, she's going to step in front of them. Bad wording. In front of Edgar.
I'm on your team.
Looks at you with a raised eyebrow, with a kind of, I don't know what's going on here, but I've got shit to do. And
ask your sibling.
Yes, it seems like a good idea. And we'll use an action to stab the sword into the ground in front, and a flash of power will blast through her and out, and she purposefully stepped to create a cone. Can everyone apart from Ferrari please make me a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no.
26. You will get +5.
You take half damage.
Fantastic.
26.
If we get +5, 16.
22.
Full. Okay, those that passed, which what's the DC?
It's everyone apart from me, I presume.
Yeah, it is. Those who passed. I have to roll all of this now. Hang on a second.
All of this now. Oh, good.
All of this now.
David, do you have any con spells up?
That's a good point. I do.
David?
No. Not currently. I deliberately
avoided that.
Well, detect magic I'll have to roll for, but I mean, I presume it's been more than 10 minutes anyway.
I'd say the 10 minutes are about to be up, and you knew that they had magical stuff on them. They weren't trying to hide that. 17 points of thunder damage, halved for those that passed to 8.
In which case, I'll split David's damage, so I take 12 and you take 4.
Oh, nice.
You also get a +1 to saving throws and +1 to AC.
Yeah,
nice.
You already passed, but it's fine. And another 22 in full, so half to 11 points of necrotic damage.
Bloody hell. 22 is the full total.
17 and 22 for you.
So 16 for me and nothing for Aldrin.
Fine.
I already have resistance to everything, I think, as well as a part of that spell. So I take...
It halves it, yeah.
Yeah,
so,
half the quarter, yeah.
Still up on Dawn. Dawn's still going.
Great.
What was that?
It's a destructive wave. Everyone manages to hold their ground apart from Viorica, who is thrown arse over kettle and is prone.
Yeah.
God damn it, I said I'm on your side!
Nice.
In the meantime, behind, Edgar, realizing that they're a little outclassed here, is going to...
Did she stayed in the Dawn, though?
No, she stepped out of the Dawn. She stepped in front of him. Stepped out of the Dawn.
Did she... opportunity attack range, or...
Sorry?
Opportunity attack range? She moved?
What's the attack range?
No, did she move into opportunity attack range?
You were both opportunity attack range. If you don't know, she's just circling.
Okay.
They will teleport away. Looks like a dimension door. Just off. Right. Unless anyone wants to do anything about it.
I can't count it. No.
Oh, I guess I can counterspell. I've got
Nice.
action.
You want
So
to roll for it.
We'll counterspell at 5th level.
You do not need to roll for it. They're still there. They will try and teleport out and just and will sidestep out of the bloody light that's killing everything, and will just sidestep out. Actually, no, they're smarter than that. They will run for the door.
Opportunity attack?
Nice.
They were definitely in my field of...
Yeah, because you hit them. You stepped up and hit them physically. Yeah, as they run, please roll opportunity attack.
Oh, do it. Good work.
36.
Take them down.
They got their reaction back. They're going to silvery barbs that as they try and go.
34.
Of course, you still hit. Yeah. Do you have Sentinel?
No.
That's crazy.
Okay. If they survive this, they can keep going.
Yes.
Damn
I
it.
did not intend for them to survive it.
Wow.
No.
It's possible. It's all I've got is it's possible.
37.
Oh.
It's just not enough, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're kidding.
As you strike out, you gouge their back and they scream in pain, but they do claw their way to the other side door, on the other side of the house that Fura was on, wrench it open and just run.
Opposite side to Foray or same side as
Opposite
Foray?
side to Fura.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh, well.
Aldrin, it's about to be your turn, but before your turn, you all hear a rumble. Oh. The earth quakes slightly. Something is happening. Flore, downstairs, as you move around this corridor, you can hear the incantation that is being made reach a crescendo.
Ah, shit.
As it does, you also start feeling a rumbling and shaking, and Fury hears this, you lot don't. Actually, Aldrin might. A strange whispering laugh that seems to echo through the foundations of this entire building. And that's what I'll pick up after the break.
Right.
I don't know if this is a fight I can even start.
Yeah. We do need to all get down there if we're going to
I'm
do
just
this.
going to run down the corner and get one shot and like, that was good.
Oh.
Just because no matter, and canonically this is all happening in the same 6 seconds, more or less, I'm going to still follow that course of action that I committed to, even though it's now suboptimal.
Sure.
Blow everything up.
Because I said I'd do it, so I was going to do it.
You don't need to hold to that if you don't want to. I'm not a barbarian about
No, I said I'd do it.
Right.
Plus,
Anyway.
I think I can still sell it.
I mean, your deception is very high, and they are currently in the middle of something else, so maybe.
And I've done nothing aggressive so far.
No, that's true. Right, join us after the break where we can see how that goes, and all things come together. Join us at 5:10. Everybody.
Bye.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying. You're a DM. You've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets with an exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com. Welcome back, everybody. So, round two. Apparently, it's all gone up shit creek. Just, Edgar Tolstoff is currently hightailing it out of the dining room, having been slashed in the back by Prosperous, and slashed in the front by Prosperous, and generally slashed to bones by Prosperous. There we go. Edgar is running away because Edgar has taken a lot of damage. And no one's on Edgar's heels yet. Edgar's sister, Catherine, has stepped in to try and take hits for her sibling, and is now facing off with Prosperous and some of the others, although a destructive wave of force did just throw the Oracle against the wall. Yes, in the meantime, Frore is downstairs, and whatever ritual was being enacted appears to have just completed, and there was a hissing, whispered laugh which seemed to travel to the very foundations of the building.
Oh no!
But we'll come back to that. Aldrin!
Yeah.
Tis your turn.
If I run... Aldrin is still trying to play it as if he's on their side.
Sure.
If I run to the door, can I see Edgar?
Yeah, of course you can. Edgar's stumbling through, leaving a trail of blood, clearly like, ow, this went badly, just moving their way out of this room. You can easily catch up with them if you want to.
If I can get within 20 feet.
Easily.
And then just slide them the book. Be like, take this. Evocation spells. It'll help you fight them.
I need healing, not evocation. Have you got anything?
Sure. I will cast Healing Word.
Oh, Brill, do it.
Oh, this is committing. This is committing more than I'm comfortable with.
It's 1d4 plus 5.
Oh, fair point.
We'll be fine.
Roll a 1.
I did roll a 1. 6.
Nice.
Edgar heals 6 hit points and straightens up with a, oh, thank you. And we'll take the book off you.
Good. I'll hold them back.
Cool. Edgar will.
I assume a much more convincing posture of defense.
You have a deception score of unbelievable, and you just double down on it by healing them. So I think they're not going to assume that anything untoward is happening. You would get an attack of opportunity if you want it as they move away. It's not their turn yet, blah, 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 but they're going to keep moving further into the house.
No, I assume at some point they're going to open the book and that will be fine.
Cool. They're going to move further into the house.
They believe it's now a book of evocation spells to help them.
As far as you know, yes.
Sure. Well, I'll take that for a pint of biscuits. Do I still have a bonus action left?
Yes. No, healing word. You have an action left.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You haven't used your action yet.
It says here, it doesn't say anything about emboldening bond involving any kind of verbal component.
Interesting. Okay.
I presume, therefore, I can just create it.
I mean, there'd be some kind of visual, wouldn't there?
I'd prefer it if there wasn't. I'd like to think that I can choose whether there's a visual or not.
That is an interesting point. Let's have a look. Rules.
I can read what it says in the text.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. As an action, you can choose up to 5 willing creatures within 30 feet of you, creating a magical bond among them for 10 minutes or until you use this feature again.
Yeah.
While any bonded creatures within 30 feet of another once per turn, they can roll a d4 and add it to an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw they make. Doesn't say anything about having to say anything.
No, it's whether something has a visual effect or not, which I believe rules as writ. If it doesn't specifically say that it does, it doesn't have to. So can you create a bond between all of these people without necessarily creating a visual effect to show that you have? I think so.
Curse you!
Let's not do that.
Eat my bane.
Yeah, fine. You curse them all. You've all got an emboldening bond. I don't mind. Honestly, at this point, Edwin's just happy. No, not Edwin. Sorry, Edgar's just happy to run away. And Catherine's kind of busy, so doesn't really care that much.
I'm hoping at some point we're just going to hear a nice boom.
Another one.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's my turn.
Cool. Okay.
The psychic damage.
Oh no! Curse you, Aldrin.
How dare you? How dare you? I don't think there's any point.
Roll a performance check.
Ew.
Oh, damn it. All right.
Not you, Aldrin.
With advantage? Oh, nat 20. Fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Wow. Okay, that's going to be absurd.
Some of you are like, is Aldrin on their side? I don't know anymore.
What's going on? Yeah, exactly.
Frory. Up ahead, after you heard that weird whispering laugh, you can now hear voices talking quickly.
Cunning action hide.
It's not your turn. I'm just telling you what you hear because things are still going on. Things are still happening. And you can hear a whispering voice start to cast a spell.
Oh, that's not... Oh, so... Oh, cool. Okay.
I'm just narrating what's happening in a space that none of you can see. That's the thing. So,
okay.
In the meantime... Yeah, that's all that happens. Oh, it is now your turn. Frory.
Okay. Cunning action hide.
Get out.
For a 25 stealth.
You are already stealthed from the previous turn, and you haven't done anything that, to my mind, would break that stealth roll, so you can save your bonus action if you want to.
Beautiful.
And that was around a 25 as well. I'm happy to hand
I
wave.
think somewhere around there.
Totally fine. Happy to hand wave. Don't mind.
I will use my movement to kind of brow the corner and just sort of like
do a little half out.
Yeah.
At the end of the hallway is the following. One of these cell doors is open. In front of that cell door are corpses. You count about 10. They have all been attacked, damaged, in some cases quite badly damaged. And standing next to them is a 7-foot tall minotaur. They have very dark fur. Their horns look a bit darker and their muzzle looks a bit darker. And they've got these gauntlets on with big, sharp claws coming out the top. Don't think Wolverine, it's not that long and thin and elegant. These are short, fat claws that look more like ripping and tearing things. And they're also dark. Oh, they're all covered in blood. Everything's covered in blood. They're completely covered in blood. They appear to be taking handfuls of it and just wiping it on themselves.
Wow.
Next to them is a very small creature. Looks a bit like a gnome, but if you look closely, they have a rat's face, and they appear to be just watching this situation. They're currently listening out, like trying to find out what's going on upstairs and understand what's happening here. But between the two of them is a figure who is currently hands together casting a spell. You look closely, they're not hands. This figure is entirely robed, but they're gloved, but the gloves move weirdly, almost like the fingers inside are not entirely fingers. Their face, where you can see it inside the cowl, appears to be some kind of pure white porcelain mask.
Oh, it's Mask Dude.
And they are talking, saying something, invoking some kind of incantation.
Chris, when you say their fingers don't look like fingers, do you mean like they look like bones or they look like maggots?
No, they just look like gloves. They're wearing gloves.
Or like branches.
They're not branches, no. The point is that the fingers inside don't move like fingers.
Tree fingers.
Yeah, but they move like bone fingers or they move like maggot fingers?
Maggot fingers.
Well.
Old maggot fingers. Their hands just move weirdly. It's up to you how you want to take any of that right now. Good. Lovely stuff. Ferrer, you see all of that. Still your turn.
Ferrer is going to take a deep breath and breathe out.
It smells a lot like blood in here.
You can
taste the blood in the air.
He's going to pull High Noon and cock the hammer back. And he's going to take aim, and I'm assuming you whack +5 onto the RSC for this, but I'm going to aim for one of the hands to see if I can just disrupt the spell. Take away the somatic.
Checks are a thing. That's totally fine. You aiming for... Okay, roll me an attack roll.
I want to attempt to blow a hand
off.
Yeah.
Blow his hand.
It's 1 minute to noon and the bell's about to start tolling.
Would that be an advantage because I'm in sneak?
You are currently, they don't know you're there, so yes, you have advantage.
Come on, Ferrari. I believe in you.
Now's the time.
It's a 26 to hit.
Yeah, that hits, yeah. Roll me the damage.
Yeah. I'll have the elemental switch to thunder.
That's fine. Yeah. You could have done that at any point during all of this. I'm not going to penalize.
Cool. So we've got 11 on the on High Noon. 2 points of thunder. And then and 21 points of sneak attack.
Sure. As you fire the gun, are you staying in corner cover or are you leaping out?
I'm staying, literally using the corner like as a rest, and I'm just like as little of Ferrari as possible. If anybody glances, you probably see the fire of the gun, and then you look and go, where the hell? Because I was going to bonus action hide straight after and disappear. Is the idea, but
cool. As you fire the gun, and as the gunshot rings out, You aim perfectly because you rolled so high, and the hand explodes with the gunshot. There is no scream of pain. There is nothing at all. The hand just explodes in a ball of maggots and worms and creepy crawlies as the hand goes. The other hand doesn't move and just stays there, and whatever voice you're hearing keeps incanting, but the head does slide around, and it moves in a way where you'd go, that's moving further than a neck would allow. It just moves around and looks in your direction. Do you wish to hide?
Yeah, but cunning action, hide.
That's fine. Dodge back behind the obvious hiding spot there.
Yeah. That's a 24 stealth.
Fine. Are you staying in the corridor? Or are you going to try and open one of the cells? Because you are perfectly welcome to hide, but you're in the middle of a corridor. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Was there anything else further back? Any already open cells?
Some of the cell doors were open, yeah. They were all either closed or ajar. There were none like hanging open like the one on the far side is.
Yeah, I'm going to throw myself back and hide. You take advantage of shadows, anything like that in one of the cells. I don't know.
You open a cell door and step inside and just try and blend in, and you suddenly realise it smells awful in here.
Yeah.
There are on the floor some very, very old desiccated corpses. It looks like one of these corpses had two heads that appear to have been fused at the top of the spinal cord. One appears to have the legs and lower torso of what looks like a husk of a centipede or something similar. But you're in here now, and if you hold your breath, it's not that bad.
In the mines, Prori will send up I just kicked a hornet's nest. Let me know if you're coming anywhere down here anytime soon.
Has anyone got a quick way to get down to Foray?
I need to know where it is. I need to know what it looks like.
Yes.
The dimension door? Mm-hmm. I think mechanically you can just state somewhere for dimension door, can't you? You don't have to know what it looks like.
You can state down.
You can state a distance.
You can state down the distance, and you can.
You could say next to Foray.
I would allow stuff like that. I don't want to be too.
I just don't want to end up in a wall.
In a wall.
I was going to say, because
you might end up in an old corpse.
Oh, nice.
But if you can both do it, we could all get down there.
That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
There's a wizard on the way. If he opens a book, stay 20 feet away from him.
Yeah, I should have run.
Sorry, did you keep the door ajar so you can see out, or did you just close? Did you just sort of move in?
Are the cells, are they like wooden/iron doors, not like bars?
Yeah, wooden/iron doors. There's a barred window, but it's quite high up and quite small.
Are there any of the slats on them? For prisoners for people to look in.
Yeah, why not? That's nice.
I'm going to leave it.
Actually, there wouldn't be a food slot. I'm going to feed the undead.
No. I will leave it as a jar. I want it to be as subtle as possible, so
as a jar as it was.
Yes.
What was your stealth?
Leave it how it was found.
That's fine. What was your stealth roll?
25.
Thank you.
Which wasn't the best, but
could be
pretty decent.
Yeah.
As you look out, a figure's moving down the far corridor and has just rounded the corner very fast. And you can see the rat-like features of the were-rat gnome, you assume, who is looking down the hallway, can't see you, looks back up the way it came, and starts to look, and you can see is now looking at the cell doors. And as you see them do that, they will run down, look around, and then they will go back around the corner to a point where you can't see them, and you don't know where they are anymore, because I'm also rolling this death check.
I should have taken that as true sight.
Rogoth! Rogoth!
Don't fight yourself. That's the rules.
Yeah.
We learned this from Endgame.
It's a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Prosperous, it is your turn. Catherine is right in front of you.
Well, I mean, pending someone dimension dooring me in like the next turn, I might as well whack her.
With
Yeah.
advantage.
Nail it.
With advantage from Silvery Barbs.
Yes.
Go for it.
That is a 36.
36. You hit, obviously. I think it's a 36.
Kicking.
I will first level smite.
Sure.
That is.
I've got a couple of things to deal with, like increasing some AC if I need to. 36 now. Okay.
43.
It'll be
43
fine.
points of damage. Cool. You strike her. How are you hitting her?
She's below. How tall is she? Is she below me? I'm stood on the table. She's not stood on the table.
She's also on the table. She's below you. You have the high ground, therefore you will win any duel that you have.
Straight down into here.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Just in the fleshy bit.
It
yeah.
punches the armor heavy, and you can feel it like cut through the armor a little bit, and she staggers.
She staggers. I'll go again.
Cool.
Oh dear. 19.
19 to hit.
Yay. I rolled a 2.
The second strike, as it comes down, probably for a similar sort of spot, she brings the massive greatsword around and catches the bone sword and is strong enough to hold your strike off. It looks really fucking cool. Just gonna put that out there for everyone.
Paladin off.
Paladin off. Bang! I'm gonna go a little anime. There's a little force wave as the sword strikes connect. This is like tong. Yeah, if you say so.
I will. Sorry, just thinking what I've got as bonus action. I will cast Sanctuary on myself.
Sure, no problem. Right.
So more Divine Light round Prosperous.
Yeah, fine.
Just
Huxley.
adding to all the other Divine Light.
Huxley will telepathically say to Viorica, do you have Dimension Door?
Yes.
We need to get downstairs. Next it will be to Prosperous. Prosperous,
Yes?
we need to get downstairs. Are you ready?
Oh, I completely agree.
Right, okay. Bonus action, however, I will move Dawn to be over Katarina, so she needs to make a con save.
Sure. Just moves along slightly.
Just over a toe. Just the one toe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry, Liz. It's 22.
Okay, it's still going to take some damage.
Yeah.
So let's roll that.
She gets all the paladin boosts, so it's quite high saving throws.
Would be 16, reduced by half to 8.
8.
But every little helps.
Yeah. It's Sears, and it doesn't hit P because of careful placement. That's fine.
And then knowing that Foray is in a sticky situation, I think Prosperous would be the best person to take first.
Agreed.
So I will think of Foray's face, and there's a worry, there's concern of Foray's curse that's going on, and
Sure.
there's a bit of a menarring and woo from Huxley, but then I will cast Dimension Door on myself, taking Prosperous with me if Prosperous is willing.
You'll have to run forward and touch Prosperous to do that. I think you have to be in the same sort of space. But I like the visual of you going, "Ooh, ooh," running into the middle of this fight and going, woo, grabbing hold and just both of you go. And because of the strength of the sword strike, the currently held sword parry, the other Katarina's sword strikes forward and just cuts heavily into the table as you two vanish.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
Looks like it's 2-on-1 by Orica.
Do we end?
What I was supposed to do with that? Sorry. Sure, it'll be lovely.
Watch out, David, or he's not going to dimension door you.
my God.
do we end up where we need to be with Foray?
I will say that where you end up is you are in. I think there's no way you can do this subtly. You appear in the same room as Foray with a massive clatter, surrounded
Oh
by
my
bits
god,
of
it
corpse.
smells horrific in
Yeah, and
here.
like Foray's on his knees, like being as like in the darkness as possible. He's like muck all over him at this point, you know, trying to be as like hidden, roguish as possible. He just looks around, he's like,
The visual I would like you all to have is that there's a tiny were-rat just like holding some axes, ready to throw down, not sure where the other rogue's coming from, held action, all good to go, and goes, he's in one of these cells. And suddenly behind one you hear, gong, 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 gong. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, no. Man, he's in that one. Like, it's just literally that.
Clear.
Yep.
Clear.
I know what's happening now. Good, right?
We're going to have a cat and mouse game, but oh well.
No, not anymore.
Sorry.
Cool.
That's brilliant. I need help.
Viorica, it is your turn.
In which case, I will try and do the same thing as Huxley's just done, but go to Aldrin, and there is a certain amount of running over to Aldrin and almost like clasping the back of the head and going like, I didn't think it was going to be 2, and then the dimension door happens.
No, I'm being banished.
Perfect.
So you're willing to be teleported, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Viorica, you have to get up and move across. But again, I'm not going to be too punitive as you do this, and you also appear in this room full of awful, desiccated skeleton corpse, and with the others. And you all barely fit in this cell. Like, you've just all crowded into this one.
Oh God, the smell! Oh God, the closeness! Oh God!
This reminds me of a long time ago.
Welcome to the party.
Right. These people do not need turns. Aldrin, it is your turn.
Just to be clear, I'm actually on y'all's side.
Never doubted you.
All right,
Move
then.
through.
Well, you know, I'm burning through slots, but I'm gonna use them.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Emboldening Bond up.
Mm-hmm.
Bless is a 3rd level spell on everyone.
Great.
Oh, nice.
Do you go out the door?
No!
Okay.
Why would I do that?
Over to y'all. Looks like it's time.
So does that mean we have plus D4 because of Bless,
Yes.
plus D4 because of Emboldening Bond, and
On one roll a
potentially
turn.
5 if it's a saving throw because of Prosperous right now?
That is correct, yes.
Got you.
Amazing.
All right. Outside the jail cell, you hear... It's a horrible, fleshy, wet, tearing sound. And the sound of earth and stone crumbling and shattering as it happens. And you will hear a very, very loud screech and roar as this happens. Can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please, as the cell walls around you will buckle? Oh God, it's happening again!
I've got a plus 6 to this, plus 1d4.
14. Oh, I can have my D4. I need to.
I don't. 29.
Excellent.
Ooh, 22.
Yep.
17?
Thank you.
30. Yep. What was that?
17?
Yep.
21.
21. Cool. You all manage to keep your feet as there's an earthquake of quite epic proportions, and cracks and rents form up the walls around you. The floor starts to buckle and break. The room maintains its shape, just about, but outside is roaring and raging and just horrible noises. You're not sure what the hell's going on. Is it going to do anything? No.
No.
No, it doesn't need to. Well, maybe it does.
No.
You will start to hear a sort of whipping, slashing, air-splitting noise that just starts... You just hear that noise all around you. None of you have any idea what the fuck is going on.
Based on previous experience, it's probably a god. We're probably going to have to try and kill it.
That happens.
Sounds fun.
You're all going to die down here.
Sounds like this is a good time to tap all my resources.
Yep, I think that's the same for all of us.
Cool. Okay, all of that happens. Flora, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
I guess at this point, your cat's out of the bag. So,
Just a little bit. Yeah.
bolt out. I'm trying to bait the rat folk into shooting or throwing an axe at me.
Cool.
So I bolt out in a sort of bow to show where they are.
As you open the door and step out, the door barely stands on its hinges. In front of you, the ceiling and wall are a hole in the ground. Rocking and writhing in this space is the largest maggot you have ever seen.
Oh, shit.
It also looks like it's not entirely just a maggot. It's got horrible, gigantic pincers at the front of its body. Its eyes are sort of dotted all up and down and around its head. And from tiny paws all the way down its body, these like frondy arms are just flailing all around it. It's also covered in this like...
No. Nope.
There's Ika. Right.
Nice.
Unless you want to see actual Ika.
No, we're fine for now. You can't see the rat folk, and they don't go to attack you. It's just you open the door, and this big thing is in front of you. It looks like what's happened is it has been summoned or come out of somewhere.
Who would summon a giant maggot? What is wrong with these people?
And it appears to have torn its way through the garden space of the house above, but the walls still stand. There you go. That's your visual. What would you like to do? You've used.
Legionvore steps out, eyes wide, and he's like, nope. And just bait and switch as Ferrari was there. The next person that appears is Prosperous in his place.
Why do I have to see the massive maggot?
Sorry, Prosperous, this is a you problem.
You're only down here because you were in trouble.
This is way too big. And you get +8 to your AC
all right.
until the next turn.
That's helpful.
Oh. Sorry. It's really got me.
Assuming that Chris hasn't died before.
I'll bait and switch, and then from back inside the cell, I'll pop my head out and I'll shoot at it.
You're gonna shoot it?
Shoot her!
Shoot her! You did say you would.
I'll have to use. I'll use insightful fighting as my bonus action as well, just so I can get.
You want to insight the gigantic maggot?
Yeah. I need to make a deception check against my insight.
A deception check? All right, I've rolled a deception check for the maggot.
I mean, it's a massive maggot.
It's a massive maggot. Technically, they're called Ulgastasta.
Ooh.
Fair enough.
Magnum maggot.
That's 21 plus 24.
Plus a D4.
28.
I rolled a 13.
Nice. So I now have sneak attack on it for the next minute.
Sure.
Just so I don't have to go wasting bonus actions to get.
Oh, sorry. The D4 is for attack rolls. My bad.
Don't matter.
Oh,
but it was totally.
It would have been a 24.
Yeah.
Instead.
Fine. I think you can see through this maggot's attempt at deception.
I'm not a maggot.
It is gargantuan, by the way. I probably should have mentioned this earlier, but it's obviously.
That's a 17 to hit, but I'm hoping it's not got a huge AC.
Yeah, it's got a huge AC that hits.
Yeah.
Great.
So we've got 11 points of piercing damage off high noon, and then we have 6 points of thunder damage, as I won't have a chance to change it.
There's a sort of wet as you hit it, but like I don't know what you were expecting to have happen. No, there's not even much sign you've done much to it.
Yeah, it's going to be just a bag of hit points.
Yeah, it's a bag of hit points. That's exactly what it is. It is a bag. It is a big
11,
fleshy bag.
16 points plus 21.
21 for the sneak attack, yeah?
Yep.
Oh shit. All right. Bang.
That's all they wrote.
Cool.
And I'm just gonna go like back in and look at Hux, Viorica, and Alder and be like,
It's a really big fucking maggot.
This is fine. All of this is fine.
I really wish I hadn't just eaten.
It's definitely a distraction.
Out of the corner of your eye, you just see one of the cell doors closing, and that's the end of the rat folks' turn. Prosperous.
Oh, fairs.
Can I see anything that isn't maggot?
There's floor, wall.
Any people that aren't maggot?
You didn't see where they were beforehand, and you currently can't see. It appears it's in between where you would have been. It's just a wall of maggot.
Right, fine. Bring it on. I will go and whack the maggot.
Cool. As you run towards it, these whirling fronds will slash out at you as you move past. You take...
Do we not get a save?
No.
God.
You take 9 points of slashing damage.
Oh, okay. I think I'll live.
Tis but a scratch.
You are now cheek by jowl.
No.
And it's all jowl.
Not going to get that close.
No, I have to be in range of it. Chris.
Yes.
Does it look like a small maggot that has been made big?
No.
Does it look like something I could potentially dispel?
No, this looks like a creature. It doesn't look like someone's taken a maggot and gone, "You grow!" No, it's a creature that has things about it that make you definitely think it is not a natural creature.
So I can't dispel it?
No, I'm afraid not.
Shame. All right, in that case, I guess I'll just have to hit it.
Okay.
Ugh, gross. That is a 26, and
yeah,
that
hits.
Is a 23.
Both hit, yes.
I get to reroll one of those. 12. 15.
15 damage?
Nope.
Oh, sorry.
Oh god, I get to reroll one of those as well. 25. 27. 30, 42.
42 points of damage?
No.
No?
49.
Is that total, or is that just the first hit?
That's both hits without smites, and I'm going to smite at second level on both of them.
Okay.
Do
Where
it.
did I get up to?
49.
49. Oh, it's not going to reach 100. 49.
Nice idea.
59, 66. 76. 85.
85 points of damage. You cut out twice, and this thing shrieks and hollers in your face. You will dig into it, and there's a horrible necromantic goo that is pouring out of the strikes where you hit. I'm afraid there is, Em. I can't control that.
Not good.
No
Not
goo.
good.
No goo.
No goo.
And then I'm going to cast Sanctuary on myself again.
Sure, no problem. Huxley!
Right. So Stampy is still upstairs. I did not move Stampy with us because it doesn't work like that.
Oh, in which case, if you can see through Stampy's eyes, did you look through Stampy's eyes? Catherine, the moment that everyone departed, Catherine had to turn. Catherine looked around the room, realised what was going on, and ran the direction that Edgar went.
Okay. Did she double dash?
They're coming. She's coming, rather.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my bonus action to move Dawn 60 feet to follow her to where she went.
Amazing.
Can you see her at this point?
I cannot see her at this point. However, Stampy would have seen her leave.
So you can make an assumption about the direction.
Yeah, and given that it's
Fine by
pretty
me.
hefty in size, I can roll it. I can roll a d20 or something to see if we.
No, don't worry. I think it's fair for you to say that you currently have an inkling of where she might be, thus Dawn still works. You will start reaching a point of stretching credulity relatively soon, so don't bother maintaining concentration on it, is what I'd say. Con save. Yeah, it's still half damage.
Cool. So that would be 9 points of radiant damage to
Fine.
Katarina upstairs.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
It's fine. Dawn's gonna drop anyway because I will. Because I'm a bugbear, I can make myself quite small, so I can just kind of my way past people. So I'm going to do that, poke my head out, and cast Bigby's Hand at 7th level near the creature.
Olga Stasta.
The Olga Stasta. Sounds like a pasta dish.
Yeah, doesn't it?
No,
Al dente.
no, it's her name. It's Olga Stasta. Right, so-
That's going to be clench fist. There's nothing else I could do with it at this point. Can I make an attack when Bigby's hand comes out?
Does attacking with Bigby's hand take an action or a bonus action?
It would be a bonus action, which I've already used. So
Because you use the bonus action, you've summoned it, and now you can use the bonus action on separate turns. I think I love the idea that this hand appears in midair. It's just his fist is just in front of this maggot, just there.
Little wave.
Little wave. Is it a bugbear hand? Do you have like a bugbear Bigby's hand?
I think so, with painted nails, definitely.
Cute, lovely, excellent. Right.
It's very big. Viorica, Aldrin, be careful.
Okay.
Never let it be said you're not handy in a fight, Hux.
And I am going to stay in the corridor with my back kind of towards the wall to my right-hand side so that other people can see.
Sure, no problem. Viorica?
Is it me? Right. In which case, there is going to be... Yep. So first things first, have I got to get to the door to actually cast something on it?
I think it's fair to say that the door is now open and you can see it. You can stay in the remnants of cell if you wish to, that's fine.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'm going to get out, although I'm not enjoying it.
It is very stinky in here.
Exactly.
Smells like death.
So the first thing that's going to happen is another... Viorica's going to go again, and there's going to be another vitriolic spear hurled directly over the top of this.
Sure, no problem. I will allow you to aim it so it doesn't hit the
Dexterity save
handle.
at 18.
Dexterity save. Amusing. Very amusing.
It's a literal potato.
That is a -2.
Winning.
Ed, I'm really sorry. It's just acid damage.
Oh no!
It is entirely immune to acid damage for reasons that will become readily apparent.
Yeah, no, understood. I thought specifically it would be the thing that would actually do it, but no. Well, burn to 5th level slot.
I'm feeling magnanimous. I would allow that looking at it and where Prosperous has cut it, that even Viorica will be able to go, something about this seems very acidy.
Okay, cool.
You may change this to your choice.
Thank you.
No problem.
In which case, we're going to go with I mean, it's not going to be good for either of those things. Yeah, we're going to go with Synaptic Static.
Ooh,
in that case.
Very nice.
Let's try and confuse it.
It's an intelligence save, yeah?
Yep, 18.
Oh, it's all right at those.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very good.
How is a maggot intelligent? Even a giant maggot.
Well, this is. I mean, I only rolled a 12.
Books.
Oh no, it's 18. So
yeah, failed the save. It's
nailed that. So which means that, just to be clear,
it takes a magic fuck ton, then it can't do much.
A target has muddled thoughts for the next minute. During that time, it rolls a d6 and subtracts the number from all its attack rolls and ability checks, as well as Constitution saving throws to maintain concentration.
Got it.
The target can make an intelligence saving throw at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect of its success. But basically, now is the time to go for it.
I'm going to check something. No, it has spell resistance, but it didn't get any better. It's fine.
Cool. So the damage, though, is going to be... 27.
Nice.
I will take that. And then that is an action, obviously.
Correctington?
I'm just trying to check if I have any bonus actions that I want to take. I don't know. I think I want to keep that. I am going to... Viorica, having done the for it, is then going to turn to the back of Prosperous and go, slay all the demons.
I'm trying.
And you get bardic inspiration.
Thank you.
Which means you get a D10.
Amazing, thank you.
And there is a lot of bonus D at the moment.
Yes.
2d4, 1d10.
Don't say that with a massive maggot around. Okay, good. Right.
Was not going down that route, but okay.
Someone said bonus D. Right, good. That's awful. Aldrin, it's your turn.
So Aldrin is going to just poke out of this foul-smelling cell.
The door's open, you can see. It's fine.
Looking at this maggot with my perceptive eyes, does it look necrotic in any way?
Yeah.
Right, that's not a route I want to go down then.
It looks like, because you're very perceptive, it looks like it's sort of blown its way out of the ground, like it was lying in stasis or something like that. This hasn't grown out of nowhere. This appears to have been something that Edwin was working on.
Gross. What is wrong with this man?
Many, many things.
Oh, yeah.
He worships a god who's made entirely of maggots. It's your call. What's wrong with this person?
There's a
right
list.
with this person.
There's definitely a list. So
There's a
Aldrin is
list
wise.
and he's on the list.
He is the list. He's turned into a list. Not a lich, a list. He got his spelling wrong.
Fate worse than death.
So I'm assuming Aldrin is wise enough to be able to work out it's probably immune or resistant to necrotic.
Yeah, fair. Very fair.
Cool. Well, what hurts the undead most is usually radiant. I'm gonna bust out a sacred flame, Dex 21 save.
It cannot pass this.
Oh, go on, but it might be like -5 or
Cool.
something hilarious.
It rolls a 4.
Nice.
7 on the dice.
It takes 26 radiant.
Yeah, that's fine.
Nice.
And then because cleric bonus action economy is what it is, spiritual weapon.
You summon a spiritual weapon. What are you summoning around it?
Next to it, it's my spectral hand with a sharpened card.
Oh yes,
nice.
I remember. Thank you.
And
It can't take the action this turn, can it? It can't do the attack this turn.
on creation, I think.
Oh, it's on creation and then a bonus action every turn thereafter.
Yes, I believe so.
Fine.
I'm just gonna when you cast the spell, you can make a melee attack. Yeah. So I will.
Please do. Go for it.
It's a 25.
Hits, yeah.
It's not a lot, but it'll all help. An extra 8 damage.
You've taken the 200 hit points off it. It's very impressive.
Bloody hell.
Looks fine then.
I'm
right.
gonna pop back into the cell. Actually,
The door's still open.
yeah, just whoop.
Welcome back.
Definitely a giant maggot.
Okay. It is going to cover your ears.
Oh no. I need to know what's happened though.
It is going to turn and just like projectile
Okay, no, I
necromantic
changed
acid
mine.
all over all of you.
So grim.
It
Don't
has-
leave me, dog.
It has a ludicrous range on this thing. It's a massive cone of acid. It would catch all of you and go inside the cell as well. So everyone
shit.
Can I
needs to.
just check the wording on Sanctuary before you?
Sure, please do.
Ooh.
Before you vomit all over me.
Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or a harmful spell.
You're not targeted. You just happen to be there.
Shame.
Sorry, that's the ruling on breath weapons. I've had this before. Can everyone please make me a dexterity saving
Oh,
throw?
why is it always Dex?
Yeah, plus a
maybe
D4.
Don't forget
plus
to add the D4 and everything else.
D4 and 5. That's useful.
It's a D4 and plus 5.
Yeah.
And you're
fair
also
enough.
blessed, so it's 2D4
Not yet, not too
plus
bad.
5.
If you want to use it.
27.
I think I'd like to, but let's see.
Sure. What was that?
27.
That's pretty high.
I rolled high.
13, 14,
Blade.
16, 17, 18, 19, 24.
24. Okay.
30.
25.
35.
25.
25. Okay.
26.
26. Okay.
No, more than that. 27, sorry.
Okay. Yes.
30.
30. You all passed. You still take half damage.
Oh.
I'll take a quarter.
David takes a quarter and I take it instead.
Oh, sweet.
Well, you take a quarter as well on top, right?
No, I think it gets halved.
I think
and you don't
just
take it,
No,
I
no,
take
no.
it.
You just take the damage I take, which is a
You
quarter.
have to take the damage that David takes. There's no
Yes,
way
but
around
it gets
that.
halved because he has resistance to all damage.
Yeah.
But you still take it. It doesn't
Yeah.
go anywhere.
No, So, it gets halved.
Okay.
And then I take it for him, but I take the half. He
Yeah.
takes none. I take half.
Oh, no, I thought I do take some.
No,
Let me-
none.
let
None
me-
to you. None to you. It has resistance to all damage. Each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. What?
Yeah, so I do take it.
So it gets halved. I take half and you take half. Yeah.
So it'll be half
All
of
of this
half.
is going to be halved, and then the quarters get mixed between the two of you. Everyone else just takes half damage, which is good because it's an absolutely ridiculous amount of damage.
Oh, crap, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Readying my con save on the bless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That would be 44 necrotic damage, so that will be halved to 22.
Okay.
33.
And then halved again to 11.
Yes.
33 for me.
And another...
What?
Yeah.
Another-
34, halved for everyone, so 17 acid damage.
Oh, dear.
Then half of 17 will be 8 because we round down.
We round down, yes.
Makes it
Sweet.
Just put your keyboard on your desk, Em.
Makes it, no, I can't. My desk is full. It makes it 21, yeah?
I think so.
I have 1 hit point left.
No way. That's mad.
Oh.
Con save 21 to keep bless up.
Mine was 26, so very good.
Is that what's the combined damage? What was the combined damage? Let's do it as one
Yeah, but
roll.
then you halve it. There's no way it was more than 40.
Yeah,
It was
so
32.
Yeah. It was 39 for me, so half of that would be roughly 20, and I rolled 26.
that's perfectly fine. Yeah, good. I will allow. I'm not going to be too prescriptive. You are all covered in this necrotic acid, which feels like it's going to burn more at the start of your turn.
Oh no.
So P having 1 hit point is problematic. It also didn't just blast this all over you. Things came out with it.
Little bastards.
There are,
Couldn't have put it better myself.
there are 7 figures in this mess, slowly trying to draw themselves up, animating as they go. 2 look quite large, and 5 look quite small.
Oh, dear God.
Now, okay, that happens. Good. Rory, that's all happened. What would you like to do? He looks awful.
That rat folk fucked off and hid.
Well, once again, all of you filthy. You're welcome.
Why is this the one campaign where nobody can cast prestidigitation?
Rory, at the start of your turn, please make me a con save.
At least tell me the rat folk got hit by the acid vomit.
No, the tunnels.
Goddamn tunnels.
They're a smuggler. They designed all of this mess. Rory?
Constitution saving throw.
Yes, please.
12 plus 16. How many? Plus 5.
21.
9. 21. There we go.
Cool. You only take 7 points of acid damage as it keeps burning into you on you, but you don't take the full damage.
Owie.
He's in trouble.
Okay. I feel like I need to just start making a bit of damage. So, Rory's gonna. There are the 7 creatures of various sizes, like all surrounding Prosperous, or
no, they're
a bit further
scattered.
back.
They're sort of scattered amongst all of you in a rather delightful arc.
Right, so Rory's gonna sort of bounce out sort of quickly and almost like agilely come up, and his sword will appear in his other hand as he's just going to sort of slice out at one.
Nice.
I will say, if you wanted to, that Viorica was outside and Huxley had... No, Viorica wasn't outside. Huxley had moved outside. So if you wanted to attack something that Huxley is, I don't know, within 5 feet of, I would allow you, therefore, to sneak attack.
I was gunning for a couple.
Absolutely fine. There's a smaller one in front of Huxley. It looks like a vaguely humanoid figure, which is still dripping with this goo. As you look at it, you realize that its forearms have been replaced by mantis sort of scythes.
It is.
So yeah, he'll slice out at one sort of, and he's got the short sword like inverted instead of holding it in front. It's like
it's on the back
behind, so he can just like slice and carry on moving.
Absolutely.
For a 22 to hit.
Absolutely hits.
So I rolled that. That is minimum 6 points of slashing damage.
You can sneak attack on it because Huxley's right there.
Yep. I will first, though, with my bonus action, as I've sliced, I'll turn and try and put a bullet in the side of its head with
Absolutely
my
do. Please do.
pistol expert.
Nice.
So that's a 22 again to hit.
Absolutely hits.
With high noon. And then this is where I'll start throwing some damage out.
Do it.
So we've got minimum damage again. 7 points of piercing on the pistol. We've got 5 points of damage for thunder. For the elemental, and then we'll whack sneak attack on this one.
Sure.
That is 14. Terrible.
As you spin around and strike this creature a couple of times, the shot through its head will just collapse the skull outwards, and it will collapse to the floor, hissing slightly in the necromantic acid. It's already down.
Nice.
These things are not hardy at all.
Thank you
so
for
drop
it.
that one. Okay. Who is the... Do I have enough movement to get to anybody else that is within 5 foot of another one of these creatures?
You could move up to the one next to P. P's sort of very close to the big one, so he's got a couple of things around them.
Awesome. I'm going to skid up behind Prosperous and use Second Wind to do the same thing again.
Probably just in time to watch Prosperous collapse, because roll me a con save.
Oh, it's not bad. 25.
Yeah, it's half damage from the acid, but you've only got 1 hit point, and it'll do a minimum of 2. It does 3.
I briefly go unconscious, then steal myself and come back to life with 1 hit point.
Nice.
You've still got the acid on you. It's going to keep happening.
I know. It's not helping.
Keeping you in the fight, that's all that matters.
Does that happen every turn or just once?
Just once.
I think it's just once. With
Once
acid.
per long rest.
Yeah, it's not the relentless one. It's the relentless one for being a half orc.
Relentless endurance.
The barbarian one you can keep rolling and stay up forever, which is great.
No, can't do that.
It is your turn, Pete. What would you like to do?
Sorry, I used my... I haven't done my Second Wind yet.
Action surge?
On a Second Wind. Action Surge, sorry.
You wanted to action surge. I'm so sorry. Yes. Well, Prosperous gets knocked unconscious by acid and then manages to awake to rouse P-Self. And there's another smaller creature next to you if you want to...
Sorry, I realised I did say Second Wind and I meant Action Surge.
That's totally fine. You keep going, I don't mind. Actually, I'm going to slightly retcon the visual there. It's one of the bigger ones, which looks to be a good head taller than P, but it's currently still covered in goop and you're unsure what it is.
Awesome. I will skid up next to Prosperous and use Prosperous's shoulder to lift myself up so I can get the height to actually slash at something a bit more dangerous.
It's easier at the moment because I'm on one knee on the floor.
Yeah, because you're on one knee, that's a perfect, almost like a springboard. So for the sword, that's a 22 to hit.
Absolutely hits, yeah.
That is
These things
8.
are not... None of these things are what I would describe as AC heavy.
8 points of piercing, slashing damage with the short sword. And then again, bonus action, high noon.
Do it all again.
Pull my pistol out and blow it in the face.
Technically, you only get 1 sneak attack per turn, so on an action surge, you wouldn't get it twice.
I don't, but it's as ruthless as that. It's quite annoying. But no, I agree. It's one of those rules. That's 30 to hit.
30?
Yes.
Yeah, of course it hits. Nice. Yeah. It is a blob. Big
15 points of piercing damage and 4 points of thunder damage.
As you spin around, slashing and shooting, you blow some of the muck off this larger figure, and it looks like a humanoid, but there's something about it that's definitely wrong. The rib cage looks like it might be from a horse or a cow, and it's standing upright. It just looks all kinds of wrong, but it's like a humanoid giant. but
you know
someone
what?
spent a bit of time making it.
I'm going to give Prosperous a present, and I will spend a point to trip it.
Oh, look at
Nice.
What did I roll?
Nice. Dexterity.
I think it's a strength. Strength saving throw, please.
Oh dear.
Oh, they're not Dexter. That's good.
No, they're very strong. They're not Dexy at all. That is a 17.
Oh, that just fails.
Okay, so it holds its, as you try and shoot it in the foot, it manages to hold its ground.
Oh,
you just
just fails. It falls. My DC is 18.
Oh, sorry. Then in which case you blow out its foot and this over-heavy body collapses with a kind of awful slap on the ground next to UMP. It's prone at the moment because you could do a trip attack. Prosperous, you just had the acid thing happen. It is now back to your turn. You can do whatever you like.
Aldrin,
Yep.
can you turn undead?
Yep.
Good. I'm gonna stand there. I've still got Sanctuary up. I'm gonna use my action to lay on hands and heal myself 65 points.
Wow. Nice.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, fine. You heal it all back. You're still covered in acid. It's going to keep hurting you for a couple rounds.
I know, but I presume they'd have to take an action to wipe off the acid,
yes.
which is either heal and not die, or wipe it off and probably die anyway.
Sure. The large creature next to you will stand up as its turn, and it is going to try and thwack you.
It needs to roll a wisdom save.
Wisdom save to thwack you. Not very wise. I've rolled an 11 on the dice, so that's a 9.
It can't.
Then it will move its attack to Foray.
Sorry, Foray.
It's all good. I'm annoying. I'm difficult to hit. To be fair, I will use my reaction to then shoot at it.
Of course, it tried to hit Prosperous. No. It didn't actually attack. It only kicks in when something gets attacked, right?
Okay.
So it doesn't
Fair
work.
enough.
But it will try and clobber you, just using its ridiculous, its entire torso is part of the sort of strike, which kind of hits you with the shoulder as well as the forearm. It's not even punching, it's just... It's like swinging a massive arm across. That is a 19 to hit you.
That does hit.
Yes. Roll me a strength save.
+5.
+5 because P's right there.
That's a 6.
Plus all the stuff.
Oh, and a D4. 7.
Cool. You take 14 points of damage and you are knocked prone by this ridiculous swinging arm.
Hey, that's my trick.
Sorry. In the meantime, another one, this one looking a bit like... it's definitely got 2 torsos and it's crawling, but it also appears to have some kind of leg, or what's left of some kind of leg, and it's moving towards... It's moving... Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's moving towards the cell because it can see there are 2 people in the cell, and it's just going to lean up against the door and kind of reach in and try and grab either Aldrin or Viorica. I will roll a dice to see who is gone for.
Oh, crap.
It's Viorica.
Oh, poop. Okay.
And it is going to reach out at you, Viorica, to hit. That is a 18.
Ah, my armor class is 17.
Could I still rebobs that?
Yeah, of course.
Please.
Thank you. That's awesome.
That was a 22.
Oh, piss.
I have the highest AC in this group.
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Your characters always do, David.
That's an 18 points of damage to you, Viorica, and it's going to grab you and sort of drag you so you are knocked prone and being pulled out of the room. You're not grappled, it's just a visual effect. But
prone?
You're not grappled. It's just a
Prone
visual
and
effect.
Unconscious.
Oh, you're unconscious?
Mm-hmm. I'm down.
That's a problem.
What, 14 would send you down?
18 damage was enough to knock
I was only on 8.
Were you looking in? You were looking in bad shape.
I was
going to swap in.
Oh, okay.
If I swap in, you'll take less damage because we're
Great.
That's true. We halve it.
Okay, so Aldrin swaps in as this big hand goes towards Aldrin, suddenly appears and gets grabbed and take the 18, which becomes 9, and P takes the other
9.
This is not how I saw this going.
And Aldrin, you are knocked prone, and visually you are being dragged out by this thing with too many torsos, but you're not actually grappled. That's just a visual.
At this point, I'll use my reaction to try and put a bullet in the back of its head. As
Totally fine. You're allowed to do that. Go for your life. Make a shot.
Do it.
That's only a 13 to hit.
It still hits.
Wow.
It have no AC. None of these things have AC. I expect you to hit them all the time, and I'm totally fine with it.
7.
Oh, could I give my advantage to... Sorry, just while I remember.
Totally fine, yes.
I'm going to give that to Viorica.
Sure. No problem. Viorica, you have advantage from the silvery bars.
If you need to make a death save anytime soon, just say.
That would be lovely. That would be absolutely lovely.
Mike, what's the damage?
Okay.
9 points of piercing damage. We've got 5 on the thunder. And only 10 on top for the sneak attack. So that's a terrible sneak attack.
That's fine. You shoot it in the back of one of its heads. You realise it's 2 torsos with 2 heads. The sort of connect at the midriff. And it looks like it's got too many legs. It looks like it's got too many legs, but they only appear to go from the knee down.
I wandered into a Sean campaign.
All I can think about is the human centipede, and I try really, really hard not to think about the human centipede.
Yes.
No, it's Ica, not anything else. Good. Huxley.
Right.
Hang on.
Oh.
I've still got a turn, don't I, there?
Nope. It was just P's turn, then it was the 2 creatures' turns, now it's Huxley's turn.
You're near the end.
Gotcha. Sorry, I thought I was having my go then.
No,
You're after me, I think.
Gotcha.
You are, yes.
Cool.
Well, it's all of the other things now go in between, yes.
Aldrin will hit in his head. I hope you've got this.
Got what?
Looking at Viorica.
Do what I can.
I'm going to nod and cast Dimension Door 2 because I can fly, take myself above the worm, ideally around Bigby's hand. So if there's enough headroom, I'd like to be up there if I may.
The maggot broke through the ceiling where the garden is, and you can see. Well, it's not daylight because it's evening, but you can see that there's night sky. You can see the mist. Like the hand and you are now floating probably at about ground level, but the garden itself is just clods of earth and things that are all down on the floor by now.
Got you. Okay. And then I'll bonus action Bigby's hand, the worm in the face.
There's a maggot, not a worm. I'm going to keep saying this.
Maggot. That's plus 10. 27 to hit.
27 to hit. Well, yes, it hits. That's good.
Let's roll the damage. That was the wrong type of damage. Ignore that roll. I used life transference. It's the same 8d8. So we'll go with the 44 damage, but it's not necrotic. It is force.
Totally fine. There is a horrible wet punching sound as you like a welly being smashed into the ground as you do a significant amount of damage to the Olga Stasta.
That's it for me.
And you're floating up near, sort of above its head with the hand.
Yes, and I'll shout down to Prosperous to make sure that P's okay.
I mean, I'm fine-ish.
Okay.
Huxley, at the start of your turn, you should have made a con save.
Oh, excuse me.
That's all right. I just made my turn. I forgot.
I'm gonna add some digits to that.
Add some juice.
That was great. 14 in total.
What's in total? Not halved, I'm afraid. You take 8. Very good roll. 8 points of acid damage as the acid on you is still burning.
Okay, let me just roll my con save.
Thank you.
We're good.
Grand. All right. The 4 remaining little uns, which are all horrible combinations of different kinds of experimentation, are going to scrabble across It's hard to get to Viorica and Aldrin because they're inside the cell and being menaced by a big one. Huxley is flying, so I think it'll be 2 on Ferrari and 2 on Prosperous. Everyone okay with that?
Yep.
As they crawl.
They have to roll wisdom saves to attack me, I'm afraid.
Okay, 2 wisdom saves on these ones. We have a 10.
Nope.
And a 2.
Nope, they can't attack me.
All 4 go for Ferrari.
If they wandered towards P and then didn't attack and then start wandering towards
Ferrari's
Ferrari.
next door. Ferrari's next door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right next. I wanted to get out, but I'd run out of stuff.
All right. These ones don't have the most amazing to hit because they're quite small and quite shit. Ferrari, does a 16 hit you?
Just misses.
8, 6,
miss,
and 20, non-natural.
Hit.
Oh. Okay. You take 6 points of slashing damage as one of them claws its way. All of them are going to be sort of crowding around you, and one will manage to catch you, and the cut appears to burn a little bit, but nowhere near with the acid of just generally all of that stuff that just happened. Good.
Have you taken any damage yet, Mike? Is that the first one?
Oh, yeah. No, I take damage.
How many hit points do you have before
that? I had 27.
Oh, I'll jump in for it.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So I take...
So you won't let people attack you, but when they attack somebody else, then you jump in to take the damage.
Yeah.
Lovely.
It works better if there's no one within, no one stood right next to me. How many points?
Don't worry, I'll be good. It'd have been 6. Don't worry, I am getting the fuck out of there as soon as I can.
It's an ergonomic keyboard.
I love it.
I like this.
Yes. Old keyboard fingers.
Hello.
Hello. I am ergonomic.
Stampy's arch nemesis.
From the outside air, you hear a familiar sound. Mechanical roaring noise. Oh, yeah. Except this time it gets louder and louder and louder and louder. And then above the Augustaster, hitting into the side of the manor house, is a ridiculous, deafening explosion.
Oh.
Ah, my ears.
A good quarter of the house is gone.
Wow.
Bits of debris are falling down. The hole above the Augustaster is probably slowly being slightly filled in by all of this, as they're probably trying to bury you. You don't take any damage from this. I will tell you for free because I've got it set up and I'm excited to see what the result is. The dice are getting stuck. Hang on. That was 99 points of damage to the house.
Wow.
Fuck me.
That's a big one.
I want to get hit by whatever the hell that is.
Hang on, have we done the house as a giant mimic thing again?
No. Something blew up a part of the house and it made this long roaring sound as it did. Right, Viorica.
Probably your brother, Viorica.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds like gone to me.
Mm-hmm.
More of those damn boomsticks. Viorica, it is your turn. Roll a con save at the start of your turn.
Okay.
Here we go.
Could easily go badly. Now, do I have an advantage from Huxley?
No.
Yeah, I gave you the silvery barbs
yes.
advantage.
So that's what I was checking, because that would be very useful right now. Yeah. Am I close enough to P to get the +5?
Let's say yes.
You get a D4 as well, 2D4.
All those bonus Ds.
I have no interest in being persnickety.
Sorry,
of
I
course
didn't hear any of that.
You get the +5 from Prosperous and 2d4 from the Bless and the emboldening boon.
Amazing. I've got it's a possibility then. Okay, so that's Okay, so the basic number is 12, so that goes up to 17, then it's 2d4, right?
Yep.
So 22.
You pass. You still take max damage. 8.
Oh, 8?
Sorry.
I'm down.
I know. I'm sorry.
Down,
That's
I'm down.
really
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's quite tough. Okay, yep, on the floor.
Acid burning.
Yep.
Sizzling.
Does it keep burning?
On the down body. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're into death saves.
Yes, we are.
It's your turn.
I had so many plans. I had such good ideas. Well,
Can I see Viorica from where I've been
You are literally next to each other.
dragged? Oh, I thought I was dragged.
You are being. It's a visual. You're knocked prone by the hit, but I like the idea of like, and then
slithering.
just slowly, horribly dragging you out.
Slithering on me a bit.
Yeah.
don't leave it. Viorica's reaction.
Healing word as a bonus action on Viorica.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
You are healed 7 points.
Well, that didn't help much last time, but let's give it a try.
Look, I have ways of keeping people in the fight. I don't have ways of topping people up to full. Well, I have one way, but I'm saving it.
So
That's fine. Yes, that's fine.
I agree. It's a bit of a waste.
And okay, here's the visual, Chris.
Hit me.
Aldrin slowly gets to his feet. I've had enough of this. The holy symbol starts to glow with a divine light, the coin spinning rapidly as he walks slowly forward, trying to get as many of these creatures, which he presumes are undead, within 30 feet.
Yeah, fine. You can get all of them without doing anything too clever. So
The coin stops spinning and ends on neither a head nor tail, but a skull.
Cute.
Time to end this thing. And use turn undead.
Sure. Wisdom saves?
Where's 21?
Thank you.
And anything CR2 or less that fails will be.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just checking. Cool. All of the little ones shriek and are incinerated by this. How do you want to take them all out? What's the visual of all 4 little ones being gone?
A flame starts on their feet, or whatever approximates feet, and starts flowing through the entire body, and then they dissipate in a shower of coins, which then move into dust.
Amazing. Yeah, all of them are gone. The 2 big ones, I mean, they're going to fail. Yeah. And yeah, they both fail, but their CR is too high. So they are turned, the big ones. The one that's currently sort of grabbing you and you are knocked prone by and whatever is going to like roll its way out and start just like trying to make its way away, unhappy with this situation. The one that's currently around Flore and they use their action on their turn to dash, right?
Basically, they have to spend its turn trying to move as far away from.
So they don't
can
actually
and can
move
only
yet
dash.
for attack of opportunity purposes, but these 2 are definitely scared and are going to move as far away as possible. So
If there's nowhere for them to move, then they take the dodge action.
that's absolutely fine.
What
They will
about
do
the
that.
maggot?
All sorted and done. Thank you.
What about the maggot?
It's not undead.
Boom.
The maggot, seeing all of this happen, it's still static, synaptic static.
Oh, Chris, I didn't roll con save for the acid damage.
Oh, thank you. Please do. Very kind of you, David. I completely forgot.
Yeah, wouldn't have
That's
said
all
it.
right. That's 8 plus 5 is 12, 13. And then
Todofo.
2 ones, 15.
No, you take full. Sorry.
Well, you take half, I take half.
Sure. It's 10 total. So.
Of each.
And then I'll roll a con save for my concentration on bless.
Sure.
That's at least a 20.
Yeah, you're absolutely fine. Yeah. Good. Right. The Augustaster, it still has to take a d6 off attack rolls. Is that right, Ed?
Yes.
Thank you. Because it can't do the breath weapon again. I checked. Right. I love this thing.
dear.
It's so weird. Good. How? Mike, I'm a fool. I missed something. When you got close to P, you were within range of the whipping tendrils that it still has at all times all around it. So you would have taken an extra 11 points of slashing damage. Are you okay adding that on now?
Yep, that's fine.
Right. Then, in which case, with all of its allies going, it'll roar, and with the ceiling above it exploding, roar, it is going to turn around and it's going to try and eat Prosperous.
It needs to roll a wisdom save to do so.
Very rude.
That is a 22.
Yeah, it can. It may.
Could I silvery barbs that, please?
Sure.
Nice.
The wisdom save or the attack roll?
The attack roll, please.
The attack roll, please.
Yeah,
Okay.
it'll just move it to Foray.
Nom, nom, nom. Right. Let us have... Oh, it's not marked properly. I have to roll it manually. Sorry.
Advantage to Prosperous.
Yeah, that's fine. 23 to hit.
That would be disadvantage.
It will just roll over and this weird jagged maw will just down on top of you.
Was that with the disadvantage, Chris?
With a disadvantage. What?
Liz silvery barbs it.
Yeah, and I rolled it again.
Okay.
Cool. That is that. What's that? Can you roll? No, you don't have to roll. That just automatically happens. You are grappled in its mouth, and you take 18 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
And then it's going to try and swallow you.
Right.
Sorry, I have to do this manually. It's a bit slower. 19.
Just.
Yep. You are swallowed. No damage, but we'll see what happens with that on your turn, which will have to happen next time.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Thank you so much, everyone, for the grossest monster I've done in ages. I'm very pleased.
Yeah. That was ugly.
Sorry, Em, I know you're feeling a bit under the weather, but... Yeah. All right. Thank you for watching, everyone. Drowning in Blackwater continues next week. We are currently running on Tuesdays, we have... I think Seeds of Defiance has started. There may have been a one-shot in the middle somewhere as well. So many things. So many things. Yeah. But anyway, yes. Thank you so much, everyone. And do join us next week. And yes, do join the other shows on Tuesdays as well. And on Fridays, we have Talking is a free action where people talk, and it's a free action to do so because they can make their way through weird dungeons. I think Mike's up soon, Em's up soon. There's loads coming. So yes, check them out relatively soon indeed. You can find all of our shows at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg. They're archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg, and podcast versions are available pretty much everywhere. Just search for Roll Together RPG. We're on all the socials, Twitter, Instagram. I say all the socials. We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and there are other ones, I'm sure. But
multinationals.
Yeah, there's other things out there. But just join us on the socials. We're really nice. There's a Discord as well. You can hop in on that. And a wiki where we talk about all the stories that happened and try and categorize and timeline and all the rest of it. So check that out as well. There'll be links in chat for everything. Cool. That's it from us. See you next week.
Oh,
bye. Bye. Bye.